This is my passion. This is what I love to do. But some days, sometimes, I'm just like you, man. I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job.
From a good dream I wake, sun rays on my face, planning out my day, hoping this ain't the one that I catch a case. I feel so good, I feel so straight. My manager keep calling me saying, hurry up, you late. Hurry up, you lay off. Yo, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Been trying to play it cool, but it's hard to play it off. I've been hanging on to this bullshit, cause my car still ain't paid off. I know I'm on my way up, my boy just got laid off, so y'all, man, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. These hoes here so ratchet, these niggas here so sneaky. Y'all don't even really pay enough for y'all to only pay bi-weekly. I'm trying to double up my cash, take this job, shove it up your area. Yo, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. We're the reason why your stockholders always stay afloat. Yet I'm asking, are they hiring? Like everywhere I go, schedule will say 9, but I think it's fine if I clock in at 9:04. I work 40 hours a week plus overtime just to be bro. So y'all, man, I hate this job. Hate that I applied. So much has transpired since the day that I was high. Told me I could advance, but you were telling me lies. Gotta give your notice before I quit, but you don't say shit right before I'm fired. Damn, man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. You and your procedures, you and your protocol, you and your policies, none of that shit don't apply to me. You and your quotas, you and your standards, you and your 2 sick days a year. Y'all niggas bananas. Wonder why the postman's posted with hammers, going postal with Popo on camera. His wage got him enraged, stressed out, it's hard to maintain. He flips the middle, grabs his. He said, if you don't get the picture, I quit, you ain't shit, mother. Man, I hate this job. Sometimes I wanna say, walk in and slap my boss. This shit is getting hard. Damn, I hate this job. Gotta make it out of this struggle, bruh. And I don't really mean to take it out on you. You just a customer, but damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Look, man, I hate this job. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you. I'm out here trying to take care of my family. Damn, I hate this job. It's not always glamorous, for real, but I do what I gotta do for me and mine, you know? Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate this job. Damn, I hate my job. Damn, I hate this job. I'm just like you, nigga. Damn, I hate this job. Man, I hate this job. Man, I hate my job. Yeah. Yeah. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. How y'all feel out there? What's popping? What's going on? Yeah. You're back in the lab with your man Mark Nash. He is I am he. Another great episode of Breaking the Beats. How y'all feel out there, man? Got a good show for y'all today, as always. Let me see what's going on up here in the chat. Yo, shout out to Pound for Pound, Boxing Real News. See you up in here early. How you feel, man? Oh man, y'all see the thumbnail? You ain't my daddy. Yeah, we're gonna have a good time with that. Also, we're gonna talk about the new anti-Asian hate bill that was released. See how people feel about that. Major Key here. What up, Major Key? That's my dude right there. What up, my brother? Monty Brown. That's what's up. What's up, Monty Brown? How you feel, man? Very impressed, man. Thank you so much, bro. I'm humbled by that. I appreciate it. Yeah, man. Got a hell of a show planned for y'all tonight, man. As always, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we are here breaking the beats. You already know what we're gonna do. We're gonna break down the business, the entertainment, art, technology, sports, and pretty much anything else I feel like squeezing into those titles, into those letters. You know what I meant. All right, so y'all see the thumbnail, right? Dating single moms. You ain't my daddy. You already know how it goes. Some would say these words are inevitable. If you're dating a woman with children that are not your biological children, at some point you might hear these words. I'm gonna ask some guys out there who are stepfathers to call in at some point tonight, and I'm gonna see how they feel, because I know some people go through this situation. Some guys they handle it different. Sometimes they don't have to say nothing. The mother just jump right in like, shoot, your daddy ain't doing, this man did more for you than your daddy ever did. Or sometimes the father is still in the child's life. So that's different as well. You know what I'm saying? Monty Brown said, do the stepdaddy. Yo, I had a clip for that, and I was going to put it in here, Monty Brown. On God, I was going to put it in. But I got a different clip instead that I'm going to use. I'm going to show y'all this clip, man. I'm going to show y'all this clip. We're going to talk about this, man. Because y'all know we got to let the room populate a little bit, but we can go on and show some of this shit, man. Let's get into it.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Shout out to Ava. She held it down. Ava's a little G. Ava's a little G. Did y'all see that? We'll run it back real quick. It's a lot, it's a lot of things going on in this clip if y'all paying attention. We're gonna run it again. We're gonna break it down.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
And she miss him. Bless her heart. Oh man, bless her heart. Also, there's a new we're going to talk about that and more. Also, there's a new anti-Asian hate law that was just signed in. Some of the blacks are upset, but they're not upset that the Asians are getting protection. They're like, hey, where's that damn law at? I saw something interesting. I'll play this clip again later, but I'm gonna start the show off with this clip as well. Michael Jai White, you know him from Spawn. He was also in Tyler Perry's Why Did I Get Married movie. So he was on another platform and he did an interview, and this is what he had to say about that.
Right now, right? You know, God help him.
Real quick. I put that music behind it because y'all already know what platform it is. If y'all can see by the background. And you know how that guy be, man. He'll come get you, man. So had to put some music behind it for this clip for copyright reasons.
Right now, right? You know, God help him. To stop Asian hate. I mean, come on, this is absolutely wrong. But I want you to notice one thing. That stop Asian hate. go, okay, similar to Black Lives Matter, right? Well, what's different? There's no white opposition to stop Asian hate at all. You don't hear anything. If for the history of black people trying to stand up for each other, for the history of saying black is beautiful, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Well, wait a minute, no, all lives, stop Asian hate. Okay.
Yeah. No one's saying.
Nobody's saying stop all hate.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Where
absolutely
is,
right.
So it's like,
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just going, this is a very teachable moment. We could learn something here. It's right in front of us right now. Stop Asian hate. I don't hear nothing. Nothing. Why are people so comfortable when black people say, stop killing us, stop? No, we have to chime in on your matters. Why is that? Is there a thing with this, you think you own us, or is it the fear of retribution for what you've done?
Whoa. Yeah, man. So we're going to talk about all those things and more. I dropped the link out there. If anybody want to pull up and holler at your boy, definitely got to give you my breakdown on it. But yeah, this is where we at with it. This is what we're going to be talking about this evening. But let me go to the chat. What did you, Monty Brown said that about the little girl in the video. I guess he said, damn, my man had no reaction. Like, I'm happy now I don't have to buy her little butt nothing. Yo, that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. But I feel like sometimes, man, women do, calling someone dad and stuff like that. That stuff happens too early. I think it needs to be organic. I think it's something they should have been talking about already. Also, like, once you're in that, you got to step into it. You got to lean all the way into it. Like I said, that little girl doesn't seem too enthused about him being her dad, and he didn't blink. He didn't budge. He just, now I've heard some people have different takes on this. Like I said, it's a lot of things being painted in this picture. One, he doesn't budge. He doesn't be like, damn, Ava, I thought we was cool. He's just like, shit, I'm just trying to fix the bike. The mom says that. And she's like, Ava, and she laughs. She thinks it's funny. And Ava's dead serious, and she looks heartbroken in this video. So it was just it was a lot of things going on in that video for me. I dropped the link out there if anybody want to pull up. I'll plug the phone line in over here. So if you want to call in, we'll take a call. My boy, that guy Eclipse. What up, Mike? How you feel?
What's happening, Mark, man? Peace to you, man. Peace to the chat. Man, you got some dynamite in your hand with these topics right here, man. Oh my God.
We trying to be great out here.
Man, they gotta smash the like button just because you trying to have this conversation, man. Come on.
Yeah, man. It's all good. Shoot. What you think though, man? Have you ever played the role of a stepfather to any children?
Yeah, I have on numerous occasions, whether I was involved with the child's mother or whether it was just a kid in the neighborhood who was, who reminded me of me, and I felt like they needed guidance, and so I came around and made my presence felt. I've been there. But like you said, it's a slippery slope. If their father is president, the father is trying to be president in their life, you've got to kind of respect that. And as much as if you're going to do that, like you said, you got to lean in. But I agree with you 1,000%. Some females, they try to do that a little too early in the game. Like, you only been messing with dude for a couple months and everything. And I get it. You want to get comfortable with dude, but try to force a situation on a child, that's traumatic. And it'll translate later on in life. You may not think that because she only 7, she only whatever, but trust me, Ava's gonna have a complex about that.
Why do you assume that?
I've seen it happen. I'm living proof. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna get too deep in my personal shit, but you know, my mom's was kind of crazy and wild like that in different aspects. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? There was no revolving door in me and my brother's life growing up. But yeah, we'd look up and 1 minute normalcy got redefined, you know, just because, you know, she met a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. You ain't crying over there, are you?
Nah, man, I'm laughing over
Okay,
here.
I'm about to say you kind of got quiet right there. Okay,
Nah, I just took a pause, you know what I'm saying? I just took a pause because yeah, you know,
you better not cry. I ain't gonna edit it out. It's gonna be right up here. It's gonna live forever on the internet.
tear. It's gonna be a little tear right here, like it's coming down.
Yeah, man. But that video bugged me out, yo. The video kind of bugged me out. You just tuned in, man. I played this clip earlier, and it's a lot going on in this clip. Check this out.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my dad, Mom.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Now you put in the chat. You said Ava. What you say? Ava is a real one.
Yeah, for sure, man. Ava a real one. Like you could already tell just from how quickly and the attitude with which the young girl corrected her mother that this is something that's been bothering her. This ain't the first time that, you know what I'm saying, mom's probably trying to bring that little girl, take her and the new boyfriend to a barbecue or around her friends, and you know what I'm saying, try to front, you know, do the Ozzy and Harriet, oh, we a family. And you know, and I get it, you know, how females would probably, you know, they would want that. Everybody would want a family, but at the same time, you got to understand that you can't just upset the paradigm of a young child. You know what I'm saying? When the child already has a concept of who their father is, regardless he's in jail, regardless of you and him might not be on the best of terms, you know, you don't present no other man like this is her father. You may present the other man as this is my new husband, this is my boyfriend. But when you just try to completely supplant her father from her life, well, man, that's a special kind of messed up. What's up, Rick? I see you, OG. Oh, you see the hat, Mark? You see the hat, my guy? You see it? You see it?
Yeah. What you got going on up there? What you talking about? Let me see. What you got on your hat?
Yeah.
Okay. So look, man, let's not stray away. Let's not stray away from what you were just saying. Got a couple people just pulled up on the panel. Ricky Williams as well as Toya. Go ahead. We'll do it in order you guys appeared on the show. Mr. Williams, how you doing this evening?
I'm great, bro. How are you, man? Thanks so much for your work. I appreciate you letting me come through.
Absolutely, man. And I'll put your banner at the bottom. Ricky has a dope show. Talks a lot about boxing over there. And yeah. It's at the bottom. You can subscribe at Ricky Williams. Show them what your logo look like real quick.
Yeah, just do a search for Ricky Williams Boxing. That'll be the easiest way to find it. I'll pop right up. Just look for that R dubs like that, and you know you there. I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. Got a hot one. It's Wednesday, hump day. So we talk about relationship talk, things like that. You already know how we give it up on Wednesday. Ricky, dating single moms. Sometimes you're gonna hear someone say the words might be inevitable. You ain't my daddy. I believe you told us you have raised children that aren't yours as well.
Correct.
Talk to me. Have you ever experienced that? And how did you take it? Did the mom step in? Did you step in? How did that go? And how is that, if that ever occurred?
Yeah, it happened, bro. It happened from one of my stepdaughters, and I knew it was gonna happen. It's like you said, it's inevitable, Neo. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of time before it happens, right? And I was ready for it because you know when it's coming. You know what I'm saying? How I handled it, I said, hey, call your daddy to take care of you then. It's simple. It's simple. You know what I'm saying? I've never been one to not cut words with my kids. You know what I'm saying? That's not my job. That's my wife's job. It's my wife's job to nurture the children. It's my job to teach them the way to act and how life moves out in the real world. You see what I'm saying? My daughter at that point, my stepdaughter, I think she was like 14 or 15. You know what I'm saying? And I cut her to the quick with her. I was like, where your daddy at? Because if she has the gumption and the nerve or the mental capacity, right, to say that against a man that's been here since she was, pissing in diapers, taking care of her every day, you know what I'm saying? If she got the mental capacity to say something like me, I got to cut her to the quick. It's just what it is. And as far as a guy dating a single mom, you gotta expect that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta expect that. No matter how good your relationship is, you gotta expect that to come one day.
Okay. Toya, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm always good, even when it's bad. Thank you for asking.
Oh,
Thanks for pulling up. Hey, what's on your mind? I'm sure you banged in for a reason. It's your first time, right?
yeah, it's my first time.
Welcome.
Welcome. I seen you in the chat before, but I'm glad you finally took time to bang in. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All right, you got the floor.
I can't personally relate to this in terms of I don't have children, but I will say that from watching the video, Ava is a real one. She is, because I have to respect it. I don't like the fact that you have a daughter and you're trying to push this man off on her as a dad, and it's like, it's one thing for him to provide for her in ways, but like you were saying earlier, it needs to be an organic build up to whatever she refers to him as and whatever their relationship blossoms into.
Indeed. Continue. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know. It bothered me watching that. When you played the clip, that was my first time seeing it. So it was I was shocked. But also relating to being that little girl at one point in my life, I'm thankful that my mom never really pushed any guy she was dating off onto me as a dad figure. And when they did show some sort of liking towards me, I was receptive to it in some cases, but in other cases not so much. So I think it's mighty telling that she was that quick to denounce him.
Go ahead, Mike. Ricky, anybody want to add to that?
I mean, first of all, welcome, Toya. I think I have seen you in the chat before. First time, on the panel. Salute to you. And I love your input. I love your energy, Queen. And I love hearing that from a female. It just seems like nowadays that's what it is. It seems like nowadays it's in vogue to try to do the whole single mother narrative, to run the single mother narrative, to where we get a lot of females who, when they get in relationships with their child's father, and especially if they're not married and whatever like that, they want to just hurry up and say, oh, well, bye, because they got this they can fall back on. And I love it. I love hearing a female say, no, that's wrong. I'll point out again. Look at the body language. I study micro expressions. If you understand kinesiology, that's the art of body language. Look at the instant natural reaction Ava gave. This wasn't the first time her mama did this.
Let me show the clip for the people just pulled up.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not my grandma.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
Oh man, I miss him. That was sincere, man. She meant that.
You can see it all in her eyebrows.
Yeah, I'm telling you, she probably did some stuff like, just because he's in jail and they're not together, she probably went crazy, took all of his pictures down, all like that. You know what I'm saying? Little girl probably got only a couple pictures that she probably got to hide in the room. I done seen it happen. You don't know.
Bro, you don't added a whole scenario to.
Nah, man, I'm trying to tell you, I broke up with 3 chicks in my lifetime behind this because it triggered me. I told you, I grew up where, my mom did her best, but yeah, some of the things she did was foul. And some of that dealt with things like that. It wasn't always, but yeah, all of a sudden when she found something she liked, yeah, next thing you know, yeah, she tried to bring dude around, and it, and it's like, nah, You know, one thing I will give her credit for, since me and my brother always paid the bills, she would check dudes who try to be running around the house like big rapes and baby boys. She'd be like, listen, them boys pay that cable bill. That's their TV. Them
All
boys
right,
pay the
look, let me ask you this. With that said, Ricky, let me ask you this. How does that work? And like, is it a conversation to be had? Do the kids call you dad? Let me ask you that first.
Yeah. Yes.
How does that work? The transition from boyfriend, husband, this is dad.
To me, I was Rick until they called me dad. I didn't force him on them. And mom didn't force it on them. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I always took care of them because, like I said, like, people complain about single moms, but you got to know what you're getting into. You know what I'm saying? But it was like the sister said, it was organic. You know what I'm saying? I continued to take care of them. You know what I'm saying? And when we got married, and when we finally got married, I mean, they called me dad before the end, but when we got married, it became official. But they called me daddy out of their own hearts. I didn't force them. I didn't make them. I was Rick until they decided I wasn't.
See, look, I've seen somebody do their take on this video before, and this gentleman, he had a whole different take. He was saying, "Yo, if I was that guy, I would have pulled the mother to the side and said, hey, don't be laughing at that. You need to check her. I'm out here trying to do something for her." He took it personally.
Yeah.
Me, I'm like, that guy didn't blink, budge, or move at all. He just kept trying to fix the bite. As in, he's used to this, or he understands that, hey, this is not my job. I'm not trying to be that way. It's a lot of things that we can assume from his non-reaction. Sometimes the non-reaction is a reaction. Go ahead, bro.
But yeah, I think you touched on it right there, because I know in the times I was in situations like that, that's kind of how I played it. I didn't blame the kid in no way. In fact, it was like, hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, but I will be here. As long as I'm here, and I'm gonna help out. You feel what I'm saying? To where, yeah, I would just keep working on the bike. And, and if I did pull, the mother to the side, believe it or not, I wouldn't have said what dude on the other platform said. I would have been also, hey, you see, Ava's not comfortable with all this. Hey, how long has it been since she went to go visit her dad? See, I was always that type of dude. Like I said, I literally broke up with 3 chicks behind stuff like this, because I just realized how, after about 7 to 8 months, like, you are just a little too quick to sweep this man completely under the rug.
I mean,
how can I build with anybody who do? You can't. That's not queen material.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and I don't know the context of the video or the situation that this little girl was put in. I mean, what number boyfriend is this? Is it 2, 3, 4, 5? I don't know. You see what I'm saying? So if that was the case, you know what I'm saying? How long her dad been locked up? I mean, how many men has she seen or tried to say this was her daddy? Or when did this man just get bought into her life? A week ago, a month ago? Shit, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, you can't be mad at a kid for feeling that way if she know her daddy and she know where her daddy at, and that's not her father. If he ain't put no mustard in, shit, it's what it is. I mean, even if my kids never called me, daddy, it wouldn't make no difference to me. You know what I'm saying? Because right. I knew what I was getting myself into.
Yeah, I've dated girls with children. I've only had one girl that she had her son calling me dad, and I'm not gonna lie. It was real awkward. It was uncomfortable at first. You know what I'm saying? I liked the girl. I mean, and the kid was cool. He was a good kid. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't ready for that at that time in my life. Now I'm grateful that I've dated other girls that had children, and they were just like, yeah, this is Mr. Q, or things like that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they call me Uncle Q. And I'm like, yeah, I wonder how long this uncle stuff gonna last, because things work out with your mom the way I plan. I'm gonna have to let you know I ain't your uncle, man.
Hey, I already told
I'm
you.
I'm gonna be sleeping in that room right there. Y'all about to come over here.
Eating up all y'all Cheerios.
Come on, man.
Hey, but Mark, I already told you my experience with being Uncle Little Big Cuddy up here. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I literally have a couple youngins who I had to pull to the side now that they in their early and mid 20s. Like, listen, I really ain't your uncle. I'm just a good dude. You know what I'm saying? Me and your mom cool.
Passion and Bliss. What you mean by ask the kid where's your dad? I don't know what you mean by that, my sister. I don't know. Maybe you can pull up if you want to explain. or you can type some more. But I don't know what you mean by ask the kid where's your dad. I think she knows where her dad is at.
I think she's saying that as the guy, you should ask that question if the kid is saying something to you.
Oh,
I cut my daughter quick. I seen it in her eyes, but she
is that bullying? Is that a little abusive?
See, well, no, I don't know, because that's all in context. When you look at what, like Rick said, this is somebody who he was changing her diapers, everything. He's been in her life. You've been living in this man's house. And because, you get your teenage years and you want to get sassy, now you want to start saying this shit. And so, yes, in my personal opinion, Rick was 100% justified in, well, shit, where's your dad? Now, if you just over there and you try to fix the bike or whatever like that, I think dude's reaction probably was appropriate. That's right. Between the mother and the child.
Like, because he was just doing it to be nice anyway, so why even trip on the kid? I mean, man, he was gonna fix the bike, get over it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think a conversation need to be had with the mom and the child, the mom and the guy? Should the guy, talk to the girl and say, "Hey, I'm not trying to replace your dad. I just want to be here for you." Like, what?
The mom
obviously within this triangle. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but obviously within this triangle, it's some communication missing.
It's the mom.
You know what I'm saying?
It's the mom in this case. The mom needs to be checked.
Right,
trying to put that man off as her dad. Nah, she basically checked her mom. That's what she did. That ain't my daddy, mama. What's happening?
Mama cut that camera right off. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to them kids, man. Them kids ain't stupid. People try to play kids like they stupid. Kids are smart, bro.
Man, who you telling? Like I said, and people don't understand how traumatic that really is. I know firsthand. I grew up with so many friends, females, males, all different types of races, who, you know what, a lot of the crazy street life BS that we got into was avoiding going home dealing with goofy shit like that.
Let your kids make that choice, man. Like, I mean,
exactly.
But like I said, I don't know the context of the situation. I'm all about that context. Like, how long this dude be around? You know what I'm saying? What number of dude is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like.
And that's another thing. Sometimes it's very possible, in my opinion. Toya, you could correct me if I'm wrong. Do you know anybody? Toya, let me ask you: do you have children, or are you a single mom? No. You say you don't have any children. Yeah, you did say that. You did say that part. Hey, look, do you know anybody? Like, do you have anybody? You ain't got to put them on blast and say her name Keisha Porter or something. But you know what I'm saying. But like, do you know friends or family or girls you might know that might be bringing their children around guys too often or too soon, in your opinion?
I actually don't. I don't. But if I did, that would be something I would probably address.
You can put your nose in their business.
Well, if she's my friend, I would probably express some concern about that. But I think it would have been dope if in that moment the guy sat both his girl and the daughter down and said, "Listen, what just happened wasn't okay. And I want to make sure that we have a conversation about it where the little girl can express how she felt in that moment." It would have been really dope if that's what happened as a result. Just because, like you were saying, there needs to be a conversation. It needs to be a conversation between the daughter and the mom. It needs to be a conversation between the guy and the mom. And all three of them, I feel like, because they were all present for the transaction.
I ain't trying to be judgmental. This dude look like he ready to finish fixing his bike so he can finish drinking his beer and playing the game.
He did.
He want to be on 2K or Madden right now. I'm just saying.
Oh, look at Daddy.
He's not
Really, Ava?
He's not.
Yeah, somebody had that camera, or somebody was giving me some feedback that Mike was on.
Man, he looked like he fixing that bike because Mama bought him a bag.
He looked like he was ready to go.
Look, right.
He finished. Like, all right, I'm out.
You wanted to be
like, you know what? She did give me this eighth. Come here, man. Let me put the chain back on the bike.
You say he ready to smoke some weed. He played
Yeah, you know he was ready to hit. So he already got one rolled up, sitting in the dash. It's sitting right there in the glove compartment. He probably go, depending on if the girl's going to ride her bike up the street, depending on the neighborhood. If she can ride in the neighborhood, he might try to get him some neck on the low.
Like,
and then he going to try to ride out, man. I'm just saying.
Either way, y'all, dirty motherfuckers. Shout out to the guy for helping the little girl get her back running, goddamn it.
Exactly.
I don't know if he finished fixing the bike. He might have said, man, fuck this damn bike.
Right, you don't know. So stop
you know what? You right. I ain't your damn dad.
Nah, he didn't do that.
I'm not your dad. You know what? You right. Take this shit to the yard. Take this shit up to the water. Ask the water, can you
that
get
man doing an act of kindness and he the one getting roasted. Y'all ain't scared.
Right, and that's the crazy thing.
Thinking ass mama, how about that?
Oh no, we about to get on mama too. We about to get on mama too, because you know what I'm saying. We can tell how quick Ava said something that is boyfriend number 6.
Right,
Dad only been locked up for 4 months.
Get on her, bro. She the one introducing the man to her daughter like that, man. That's the problem. If it weren't for the mama, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Look, the mama. Look, the video is titled "Thought She Had a Moment." If you want to find this on WorldStar, thought she had a moment, because the mama's like, "Oh, look," because if you don't know no better. Oh, look at daddy fixing my. Yeah, I got people thinking. No, man, this ain't her daddy. And the dude, he played along with her Instagram game.
The truth of the matter is that she never had another man do anything for her daughter, obviously, of all the dudes she didn't let run in and out that box. So she thought she was going to get one. That's what happened.
Man, listen, casualties of getting ran through like a damn stop sign in the hood.
Oh my! Hey, look! Let's go to this next one real quick. Let me get y'all take on this. It's a new law that was signed recently. The Stop Asian Hate, Anti-Asian Hate law.
Oh, don't do this. Don't do this, Mark.
You're gonna get flagged.
Already started.
Yeah. Don't say that word no more, bro, because they're gonna get you.
Okay.
The A word, just blink that out because they're gonna get you for that.
All right, let's play this clip. Y'all tell me what y'all think of this. This is Michael Jai White. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this clip, and we'll come back with our commentary.
Right now, right? You know, God help them. To stop Asian hate. I mean, come on, this is absolutely wrong. But I want you to notice one thing. That stop Asian hate. You go, okay, similar to Black Lives Matter, right? Well, what's different? There's no white opposition to stop Asian hate at all. You don't hear anything. If for the history of black people trying to stand up for each other, for the history of saying black is beautiful, Black Lives Matter, all lives matter. Well, wait a minute, no, all lives, stop Asian hate. Okay.
Yeah. No one's saying.
Nobody's saying stop all hate.
Yeah, you're right. It's
Where
absolutely
is,
right.
So it's like,
yeah, you're right.
I'm just going, this is a very teachable moment. We could learn something here. It's right in front of us right now. Stop Asian hate. I don't hear nothing. Nothing. Why are people so comfortable when black people say, stop killing us, stop? No, we have to chime in on your matters. Why is that? Is there a thing with this, you think you own us, or is it the fear of retribution for what you've done? Let's be honest. It's a teachable subject. It's a teachable time.
Yeah.
So I would like people to ask themselves, all the people who said, no, all lives matter. What are you saying? What was your first thought when they said, stop Asian hate? What did you think? Did you go, of course, that's terrible for what's happening to Asians. But when you heard Black Lives Matter, what was your next thought? Wait a minute. Why would you dare oppose that?
There we have it. That is Michael Jai White giving his opinion on the new law, and more importantly, the reaction and the opposition to other movements. Is that how that sound right there? That sound better. Opposition to other movements, as in the opposition or lack of opposition on this. Toya, I open the floor to you first, sister. Ladies first. Give me your reaction to that.
I think I think he made some really good points. But it just feels like more of the same, to be honest. I'm not surprised.
Could, could you expound on that, please?
Yeah, I'm just not surprised at how quickly legislation was made around this, and I think that I mean, the fact that he said that there's no white opposition to it is a fact. Asian Americans have always been the model minority in America, so this just kind of goes along with that.
Gentlemen, Ricky, Mike, Mike, you already unmuted. Go ahead.
Man, Michael John White ain't never lied. What this is just like, I do believe it's a teachable moment. We once again see the way that the European mind dehumanizes melanated peoples by separating us from anything deemed protected. Like, you know, when all that bombing was going on a couple weeks ago, a couple days ago, you got to be careful of what you said, or you was an anti-Semite. Follow me? When this is going on, you got to be careful how you word it, because you don't want to sound like, oh, you know, you're against Asian people. You got to be careful how you word conversations with gay people or the rainbow community, the LBGTQ, XYZ, WLMP will come in. And so it's weird, you know, but when it talks about Black people, they don't want us to have any rights, because it's not even the fear of the retribution. It's not even whatever. It's because you acknowledge that what is being done systematically to melanated peoples around the world for so long is wrong. Well, then you're giving up the greatest lie that you pulled off on the world by making you think you don't exist. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These devils are smart. That's why we'll never have this conversation. We'll talk about everything under the sun except for what you are doing to God's children. We can say you can't step on the ant, you can't kick a puppet. That's why I could say nigga 1,000 times on your show. But if I start saying other things, it's a problem.
Oh yeah, I say that all the time on the show. I was like, yo, it's crazy. I can get up here and I can say nigga this, nigga that all day long. You can say that, but other groups are more protected.
And I'll just say it like this real quick, man. I told you, nothing's more American than nigga. Nigga is more American than apple pie. This is where it came from. They didn't make, you know what I'm saying? They didn't enslave no niggas. They got African peoples and melanated peoples who was already here and enslaved them. Already here, mind you, what I'm saying, and forced us into a nigga culture where they took gods to emulate their poor, shiftless little white asses. That's why a nigga is a willfully ignorant person.
Let me let somebody else get in real quick. Let me let somebody else get in. We'll come back to you, Mike. Go ahead, Ricky.
Hey, man, look. This is par for the course. Don't be surprised, bro. Like this, look, man, this guy, we've been fighting for rights for decades, centuries. They get a bill passed in 6 months. And y'all keep voting for this system like it's for y'all. Y'all keep voting for this system like it's for you. It never was and it never will be. This entire bullshit need to be torn asunder. Torn asunder. And it doesn't stop until y'all stop believing in it. The reason they keep us around is so they don't tear each other to fucking pieces, bro.
Man.
Okay, go ahead, Cer Sr. Give me your take.
Yeah, salute to everybody, man. Like I said, if Michael Jackson can tell you that they don't really care about us, and he was like one of the richest black men and one of the whitest black men there was at the time, common sense says, what else can I say?
Okay. You really start. Hey, look, I'm getting better with letting people finish. I understand sometimes we had those dramatic parts. It's like, hold on, let me get it together now. We live. And another thing.
Hey, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. You got it.
Compassionate Bliss. She put a something in the chat saying, and what should we do instead? So, no disrespect, sometimes doing nothing is the best thing you can do.
Indecision is in itself a decision. And if you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you shouldn't just be doing shit.
Hold on. I want him. Hold on, Mike. You kind of just he only said one line and you kind of took over right there. Finish on what you was about to say right there, and then you can go, Mike.
When it comes to this political jargon, this devil speak, this political standing in this country, when you vote for it, you're actually saying you're okay with it. You're okay with it. Like the argument me and Mark Nash had was like, when Joe Biden and when the election, he was like, okay, you should put an input. Why should you put an input into something that does you no good? Why are you giving energy to something that does not help you or your people in the least? Sometimes it's best to just sit back and do nothing.
In the least.
In the least. If you thinking anything other, you lying to yourself, bro. You in the
all right, well, I'm lying to myself then.
You in the
or if nothing else, if it's a popularity contest, okay. If it's what you say and it's a popularity contest, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you all right, bro.
You invoke me when you say my name, but go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? It's a cool, but what I'm saying is this, bro. We can't continue to eat. Look, I'm gonna say this. Let's put it like this. As a people, if y'all want to continue, because I'm not voting for none of these snakes. I know presidents are not elected, they're selected. Right? I know this. But if you guys want to continue, if y'all want to continue to play, in the Wizard of Oz, at a minimum, before y'all give y'all votes to somebody as a collective, as a people, you need to start rallying together and get something for your fucking vote. Get something for your effort. These people, the black Democrats, put Joe Biden willingly in office, and what have you got? And this is every season. Obama, you put Obama, what have you gotten?
Okay, look, let's go ahead. Was you trying to get in, sir? Toya?
I'll just say, man, we got to start putting our money where our mouth is, put our action where our mouth is. We saying all this stuff. We want to do all this stuff until it comes time to actually do something that's worth something. Spend your money the right way. How you going to ask somebody to do something, but you ain't going to put your money behind it? Do something that's worth something. Oh, well, I want to put a hashtag and I want to make a shirt. Oh, George Floyd. But nobody was out there fighting for George Floyd when he was being killed. They wanted to record him. Man, nobody was right there making sure that they went to the hospital. Like a simple movie, Malcolm X movie. Everybody seen that. What did they do? They followed the man to the hospital to make sure he was all right. If he was hurt, if he was dead, whatever, until there was justice. Ain't nobody go to the hospital. Ain't nobody done much of nothing but run their mouth and put some names on the shirt or in the hashtag.
Don't forget about the yellow paint on the streets.
Oh yeah, and they made Home Depot richer. Well, Home Depot automatically backs the other side. I'll put it that way. You would better off spending that money at Lowe's or at the Homeboy spot up the street. Spray painting it yourself. But what did that? They beat you in that same street you painted. And what do you say? Let me buy me another shirt. Let me knock and kick in the Gucci store so I can get another belt that's worthless. Oh, I got a Gucci belt. And you can't even spell Gucci. Because the average young man who's in school can't even read. Forget reading at his school level or 2 levels below, like it was in the 80s and 90s. No, he can't read at a preschool level. He can't read Dr. Seuss books without stuttering and stumbling. So what are we doing?
Go ahead. We here just came to the panel. How you doing, my G?
What's going on?
Check 1 2. Say something, She. Let me hear you again.
Yeah, I'm good now. I put the mic up.
Yeah, it's just a little low. If you just speak a little louder, man, if you can.
All right.
But
All right, cool.
talk to me, Sheet. What's your take, man? We've been talking about a lot here. We was talking about dating single moms, about calling the children calling you dad. We also talking about the new legislation for our Pacific Island brothers and sisters versus legislation or lack thereof to protect black people in America. You got anything you want to add to it? Talk to me.
Well, from the topic, you ain't my dad. Like I tell people on the panels,
Speak
I
up.
never
Hey,
had.
I'm gonna need you to speak up a little bit, man. Turn your mic up, man. It's low.
All right, let me look at the mic. Okay.
All right, get it right, and we'll come back to you.
We good now. There we go. We good.
We can work with it. Just speak up, though. Just try to speak up.
All right. So basically, when it come down to it, automatic. There we go. Is it louder?
Yeah, that's good. Let's go.
All right. Yeah. So basically, when we come down to the you ain't my dad, like I said, I married a woman with kids, and that was never an issue for me because we already, let it be known that I ain't your daddy, but you gotta respect me. I'm the man of the house. I pay the bills. I clothes on your back, food in your stomach. That's the level of respect has to be put in, no matter what. If you want to stay here, just plain and simple. And the aspect talking about the new legislative, I mean, plain and simple, we already know in this system we the bottom caste, and for us to look for something better, we have to put in the laws, and then it's just plain and simple. You got to put in the laws for us to get what we want. Other than that, we too much ain't gonna get nothing from the system. If it's up to them, they're not gonna do it for us. We got to do it for ourselves.
Okay. What do you say to people like Ricky say, hey, voting doesn't matter. Ricky said, hey, you wasting your time voting. Hey, you vote, you make a law to get something. They'll say, okay, you'll get it in this year. The next president come in and say, nah, we ain't doing that. Scrap that plan. We ain't doing that. We're doing something else. Same thing with your 40 acres and a mule. Like that was taken away as soon as they killed Lincoln, they took that away. Very next president.
Yeah.
So what do you say to people who say that?
I mean, that's always in play. Like I said, they always gonna try to stay 2 or 3 steps ahead of us because they already know what they want pretty much in the system for us. No matter what. I'm kind of off right now because I'm doing multiple
things. I was just about to say, sir, you sound very defeated over there.
Yeah, I can go past me and I come back up.
All right, yeah, all right.
And if I can chime in real quick.
Yeah, please.
All right, man. Sir, man, salute to you, man. Good to hear from you again, brother. But you hit the nose on the head. The fire that just burns in me when I see the video of George Floyd or when I see all the George Floyd isms that have been developing is all the people there, all you had to do was approach the officers. If you just started walking towards him, he would have to take his knee off that man's neck. Whether he tased you, whether he roughed you up, whether whatever, you would have saved that man's life. But this is the generation that we are in, where these old moist in the middle motherfuckers just took out their phones and watched the man die. When you could have easily, you didn't have to approach the officer aggressively, or no way whatsoever. But regardless, he would have had to have got raised up. His training would have made him to get up from that defenseless position.
Mike, I'm not to cut you off. Do you think that's fair though, for these people who don't know? Like, hindsight is 2020. You know he passed away. But in the moment, yes, you do save his life, but now you've changed your life forever too. You might get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are thinking about I think it was a young girl who was actually recording this, if I'm not mistaken, who testified in court. So it's asking a lot of the child, but it was other grown people there. It was a MMA fighter. You had a lady who's a EMT. They did all stand there.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not admonishing them, but I'm saying that where are we? I know what I have done. I know what I will do. I know the value that I have on my life and that of my people. To answer what people are saying about Ricky's comments, I'm in the middle. I believe what Ricky's saying about sometimes you've just gotta not play. I wasn't cutting him off, but I was rephrasing what he was saying, because that's actually a teaching in certain martial arts. Indecision is in itself a decision. And if sometimes you aren't sure, then maybe you might not need to do nothing, because nothing that you're going to do with a pure heart. You feel what I'm saying? You got to make sure you got to everything you got to do with confidence. And so if we have a vote, we as a people need to do what Ricky is saying. In my mind, is we need to have a conscious vote of no confidence on this country and its systems as a people.
Hey, look, to be fair, I feel like I said though, man, I get it. Hindsight is 2020. You know the man passed away. But in the moment, you don't think like, hey, I should go over there and soccer kick this officer, or hey, I should go push him off of him. I think we're conditioned to not do nothing. I've seen people sit there on camera and the police just shoot their whole family up. You know what I'm saying? But I've also seen people, it's this video of this white family, and it's a Walmart brawl. I forgot their name, but they were some country boys. And their whole family is out there fighting and going off with the police. They were getting tased, but they would get tased and they would get on the ground. And as they would get tased, they would roll over, which would snap the tase thing off of them.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and now they back up, they hitting the cops, and then finally one of them gets shot. You get what I'm saying? Going for the gun. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, the whole thing is online. But they've been fighting for a long time. This is a brawl, man. Other officers coming up, they was whooping ass, and they lived through it. So I think in our community though, man, it goes back to it being a slave patrol. And these are conditions that I think, unfortunately, not just black people, I think most people, when you see the police and they doing fucked up shit, you just thinking, okay, it's gonna get sorted out, or what did he do? That's one of the first thoughts. What did he do though?
I don't.
No, I didn't say you. You're different in a lot of ways. You know what I'm saying? So
if I see a cop and it is looking bad, I stop and I sit with that brother.
For real, me too.
Bro. See, but like this is what I'm telling y'all. Look, and let me address the elephant in the room really about this shit, man. Our people fall for symbolisms and Trojan horses too goddamn much. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Let's get the shit. Stop falling for this bullshit ass symbolism like it's doing something for you. Black Lives Matter ain't doing a goddamn thing for y'all. For us. It's not doing a goddamn thing. It's funneling money to the Democratic Party and them sisters that they got at figurehead buying $1 million houses all over the goddamn country. It's not doing shit. But whenever somebody give y'all some shit y'all feel y'all can cling on to, they monetize it and take it out the black people's hands anyway. Because this is not our system. You can't keep going to somebody's house. Why do y'all as people keep thinking that voting for a system that oppresses you is going to change anything. It's the system that oppresses you. It's no different than the fucking cops. There's some good cops, but the system is bad. So if you working in a fucked up system, you just a good person that's gonna get fucked over in a fucked up system. For you to eat, you gonna have to be fucked up. That's like when people say when people say shit like I was a drug dealer, but I wasn't a bad drug dealer. What's the first thing that pop in your head? They ain't no not bad drug dealers.
Man.
Because in the game, let me finish, bro. In the game, you're gonna have to smack the shit out of somebody. You're gonna have to put your hands on somebody. You might have to shoot some guy because you in the game. This political game is rigged, and y'all keep thinking voting for it is gonna do something for y'all people when it's this same goddamn game that got you under their foot. This what y'all think. But how about if everybody that was black, when Joe Biden was about to get his ass whooped by Trump, would have been like, you know what? We're not voting for either one of y'all. What's up? What's happening?
Somebody still would have won, Ricky.
That's right. But they wouldn't have our participation. It starts with your thinking, Mark Nash. Okay. If y'all want to be free, y'all got to start acting and thinking like you free. This is not my system. I keep telling you that, bro. This is not my system. Am I in it? Yes, I gotta eat, but I'm not a part of it.
Okay. I think Mike wants to get in. Then I think that's Toya was trying to get in.
Oh yeah, man. Nah, I was just going in. You know what I'm saying? Like, what people don't understand what Rick is saying is, look, I ain't gonna get too deep, but I'm not a Christian. But if people do believe that these end times are, there's no such thing as dying sin, and it does say in the Bible that there will come a time when, yeah, you gonna have to pick your side, and there ain't no, oh, I'm just going along to get along. You gonna have to do your little things to separate yourself. Separate yourself from their shit. Like I said, I'm in the middle between you, Mark Nash, and where Ricky is. I believe that what we need to do is we need to keep spooks by the door, to play that game, to keep them unaware of the shit that we're doing. And those of us with money, go ahead and start doing things, doing some real shit of land. And you know what I'm saying, getting land by ports, getting land in other countries. And really to where when we make a sovereign push as a people, it'll happen both legally and financially in such a rapid succession. They won't be able to change the laws. And of course, they're still going to come. But that's when you need riders and people who are of my mind state, not to try to exalt myself, but I couldn't have seen that white officer or a black officer kneeling on that man's neck like that. We would have both went to jail. I got bail money. And if we died, and you know what, then it was a good day to die. I couldn't see that. I couldn't have seen that. And I'm not capping. I've done it before. I'll leave it alone.
Go ahead, Toya.
Yeah, I agree with is it Rick or Ricky? Rick?
Yeah, that's his name.
I agree. Because if one thing we can say about the Asians is that they are by and large very removed from the political process. And that has seemed to work for them. Something that we could really do is take that opportunity to, like he said, disengage from the process that really never had us in mind in the first place and strategize from that number versus the people who think that the system works and wants to continue to work with it.
I would say that most importantly, as a respect to the brother who just passed away, Paul Mooney, he said everybody want to be a nigga, but nobody want to be a nigga. And I will also say the opposite of that. I'll say everybody want to be, a Caucasian, but don't nobody want to be a Caucasian. What do Caucasians do? They buy their votes. They vote, but then they put money behind that. and they say, I want a deal right now. I don't want a deal tomorrow. I don't want when after you get in office. I want you to agree openly right now. This is what you're going to do for me. And they make them stand by it. And they manipulate the situation with their money. They don't care who they got to pay off. They don't care who they got to bribe. They don't care whoever they have to. I'm sorry, those are in incorrect terms. Let me be the more political term. They don't care who they have to quote unquote donate to or buy their crappy biography for the 100th time. They don't care whose child school they gotta buy a new library to that the kids would never step into. They don't care as long as they get what they want. So if we're gonna stay in their system and play their game, then we need to play it just as good and better than them. Put our money behind it instead of spending all our money on these people who don't even want us to shop in their store, who tell us they ain't even make it for us. Put that money, give that money to that policeman. Go up and spend $20 a month and go to your local, police love donuts. Go get them some Krispy Kreme.
Wow. Look, we got a caller, Cer Sr. Let me all right, first time caller.
Hey, this is Passionate, and I was calling because I just hear a lot of questionable things. Okay, so to me, this is the thing. You have to work within the system that's set up. You can't, separate yourself unless you're going to buy a plot of land somehow and succeed from the union, which the South has already tried and failed to do. Then you can't feasibly say, I'm going to withdraw and think that you're going to benefit in that way. Okay, and I don't know why we think Asians don't vote. Asians do vote, but the reasons Asians get a lot of clout is because they have the clout of their country, China, behind them. China owns America. We are in debt to China. So if those Asians get upset, yeah, they pay attention to what they're upset about. So yeah, they get stop Asian hate because they have the political clout of their home country behind them. So you think that they're not voting, but they are voting, and they have their own national group that helps them to vote as a unit. They vote collectively. We don't always vote collectively. We don't often do much collectively. But you're saying withdraw from the political arena. Okay, but that's the way they do their dirt. They pass laws. Like now they're trying to pass all these laws to make it difficult to vote but they have to pass that law. It has to be voted and approved. So if we are withdrawing, we're sitting there letting them pass all kind of laws, not doing anything, not showing up. We'll really be in a problem state then. We did the withdrawing. We did it when we were slaves. We didn't vote, okay? And so we had to what? Wait around to be freed, okay? So we did that also in the 50s when we couldn't vote. And so what we were doing, we were sitting in the back of the line. We were eating the leftover dirty meat that they didn't want at the butcher shop. We were living in horrible conditions when we weren't voting. We already tried the not voting process. And so instead we fought for the right to vote, okay? Because that's the way we make change is within the system. Because it's the best thing that there is. It's not perfect. We don't get everything we want, but it's the best thing that there is going. Okay, I heard people say, let's go back to Africa. I'm not from Africa. I don't speak any African language. And their governments over there are the most politically unstable governments around. At any given time, a warlord can take over the community. Okay, so that's not a viable. If you're going to say withdraw, then I need to hear your viable solution that we're going to do instead. Okay, and I know for a fact that we don't need white people at all. Okay, because whenever we separate from them, we're doing better than they ever were doing. Okay. When we were in Rosewood, they burned down Rosewood because the black people were living better than the white people in the next town over. Okay, they burned down Black Wall Street because when we were by ourselves, we do better than they do, and they destroy it. When they had the Black Harlem, the Renaissance area, they flooded the neighborhood with drugs because we were doing better than they were doing. We don't need them. So if somebody can come up with a viable solution that we can do instead of voting, hey, I would like to know about it. But there isn't one. And so to say withdraw from the best things we got going is not something that's going to be a viable solution. You're going to end up in a worse state than you were in already if they think you're not looking and they think you don't care. Okay, so you can't withdraw like that. But one thing we can do politically is vote as a collective. One thing we can do is get organized with what demands we have. People say Barack didn't do anything. What did we ask him to do? Which bill did we put before him? And he said, no, black people, I can't vote on that. I'm vetoing it. Which bill did he veto? I want to know. Because you're saying Barack didn't do anything. I want to know, what did we ask him for? He said, no, black people, no. That's what I want to know. Because I don't recall it. Maybe it is something there that he said no black people. I don't remember. But you ran up there to Trump. Who went up there? Steve Harvey ran up there to Trump. Okay. Did Steve Harvey run up to Obama? I don't remember. Okay. Ice Cube ran up there to Trump. Did he run up there to Obama? I just don't remember. My thing is that we don't act as a collective to decide what is it we want black people. We can hardly get along together with each other, you know. So as soon as we learn to act as a collective, to vote as a collective, then we can get something done. The gay people, those gay people, they vote as a collective. They are a powerhouse. When gay people want something done, it gets done. Okay, because they vote together as a collective. The thing is that, you know, so if you're going to say withdraw from the voting system, I want to know what's your viable solution. Because if you close your eyes and turn your back, then, you know, you're just asking to be buried again. We were already buried once. We tried that, not voting. We didn't vote as slaves. We didn't vote in segregation. Okay, so saying withdraw, I don't understand. Unless you have a viable solution that I don't know about. So if you could talk on that briefly, then I would consider it. Because I'm all for new ideas.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Shout out to Passionate Bliss. Thanks for calling in. And you're more than welcome to call. Yo, that was a good call right there. Shout out to Passionate Bliss. That was a lot to unpack. I thought she made a hell of a lot of points right there. Mr. Williams, would you like to reply?
Of course. I think we're getting...
And Passionate Bliss, you're more than welcome to call back in. The phone lines are open. 678-381-1938. 678-381-1938. Also, if you want to beam in, you can beam in as well if you want to chop it up real quick. Go ahead, Ricky.
I think we're getting political status and efficacy mixed with social justice and current how can I put this? Living conditions. Right?
Say it again.
I think we're getting political status and political efficacy mixed up with social status and, or shall I say, like I said, current living conditions. Black people vote collectively all the time. They vote the majority Democrat. What's changing? What's changing?
You just said collectively, then you said majority. You know,
if it's a majority, isn't that a collective? Isn't that the large?
Well, no, we split, man. We'll be split, man. We'll be split. We got a lot of black Republicans. You know what I'm saying? We independents. Some people don't vote. Some people don't vote.
Okay. I'll give you that. So let's look at this here, man. What I'm saying is this, and I said it, if you were listening, my sister, with all due respect, if you're going to vote, come together as a collective and ask for something. For too long, our people have been voting for the same party with nothing that's being given to you. Reparations was put on Obama's desk and he pushed it away. That's the real fix if y'all want to be honest about it. Right? And what I'm saying is this. You guys, and again, I'm talking in general, the black people, the black majority are so used and so scared to get off the government titty that y'all don't know what to do. No matter what, you got to get your ass up and go to work and pay your bills. No matter what, you got to feed your family. No matter what, as a man, I have to protect my family. The police don't protect my family because if I call the police, I might be the one on the ground. Right? And ladies, y'all got to stop doing this. Y'all need to learn as black women, as y'all mentality goes, so the nation goes.
Carla, mute your mic. I'm going to get right with you. Let them finish.
So the nation goes, right? It's time for our people to stop being afraid of the government and stand on their own too. It's time. This government was not built for us, by us, to us.
Okay, let me take this call real quick. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, Keith, it's Courtney Omega.
Hey, how you doing, sister? Good to hear your voice. How you been?
I am very well, thank you. I'm really excited. Yeah. So, I love Passionate Bliss. She is a sister, a friend, and she definitely brought up some great points, as well as the brother with the rebuttal. Awesome points, especially with saying that, knowing that reparations was on Obama's desk, and he went ahead and made sure that there was opportunity zone funding that would be able to support some of that legislation, but it would be able to be available to people that were not descendants of slaves and were not maybe even born in this country, which is interesting and odd. But at any rate, I want to address something that Passionate Bliss said about having a viable option, as well as something that I said. I said that we need to be voting collectively and correctly. Let's not isolate those two. They have to be in conjunction. So if you are going to be of the mindset that, hey, voting is effective, and as a former elected official, I can say that, yes, voting is effective. But what is not effective is once you put your people into office, you are not correctly following any legislation that is being done. Voting and the effects of it don't just stop after the election. This is the ongoing, and depending on the term, you're talking about something that can go on 2 terms, 2 years, 4 years, 16 years, 24 years. If you're repeatedly voting members of Congress, if you're repeatedly voting for people that have literally no term limits, this could you imagine a doctor being able to be a doctor for literally all of their lives? No. This is I believe personally how a lot of our communities really limit themselves, and we limit the opportunities for the next generation because we are voting people repeatedly into office that, they say if we have term limits of our life, why would we elect someone into office with no term limits? This is ridiculous, and it provides no opportunity to pass torches or to set up infrastructure for the next. So voting collectively and correctly should be something that we need to be looking more to, but also we should be looking more to running, not just voting, running. What does it matter if we are voting the same people with the same mindset, with the same mentality into office? And we say, well, I had to, the lesser of the two evils, and it was what we had to choose from. Then be the choice. Be the choice. In some areas, you don't even have to have a Juris Doctorate to be a judge. Get on that ballot. In some areas, you don't have to have a college degree to be a superintendent of the school system. Get on that ballot.
That's crazy. So I could come up there and Mark Nash and be the judge.
You said what?
So Mark Nash can be the judge in some counties. I could just come
in some counties, absolutely.
Come in there rolling up a fat one like, what we got on the docket today?
Exactly. Find out where these are, and a lot of times we're sitting in these same towns, we're sitting in the same cities. In some areas, listen, you don't have to have a degree to be governor, but you have to have a degree to be a coroner. Y'all think about this. Really, think about this. So, we've got to start looking beyond election day, and we absolutely need to start looking beyond the ballot. Now, Brother Malcolm X, I'm just going to close with this. I'm not going to hang on this too long, but when you have topics like this, I be telling you, Mark, please let me know. Because this right here,
I don't know when I'm going to do it. I don't know. I just do what I do when I do it.
I know it, but I'm saying, because stuff like this, I would have played my night accordingly. I really would have. Because stuff like this, I'll get on something like this all night. But I'll just say this in closing.
Yes, ma'am.
Brother Malcolm said the only thing that is worse than a white conservative is a what? A white liberal. These Democratic parties, we're not friends, people. This is not an ally, y'all. These are gatekeepers. These are people that are literally. Brother Malcolm also had a famous speech that I love that I play on my channel a lot. Again, want to give a late birthday shout out to Brother Malcolm. That is 96 as of May 19th. Absolutely, Taurus King. Want to again just thank everybody that came out for playing Malcolm X Day. It was a great time. But Ballad or the Bullet, we played at the event. Ballad or the Bullet. And listen, we dying by both. You know, we're like this is at this point we're choosing which tool is going to be used. The only solution that we have, y'all, is revolution. That's it. That's the only solution is revolution. We are not going to get out of this just by voting. Right. We are not going to get out of this by going along with the majority. We are not going to get out of this by programming.
Right.
Power does not yield without a fight. So, y'all, if you really want it, if you really want freedom, if anybody really wants freedom, they really want progression, if they really want to be out there, then you know what? What are you doing by being complicit going to work every day? Oh, because you got to have a job, or I got to get paid, or I got to have a job. Y'all, we got to start thinking real radical, real fast, because there's already legislation moving to make sure that we are even more of an underclass than we already are. But y'all still thinking that you're gonna double up on some hours, and you're gonna nobody ever worked no job and became wealthy. Bottom line, we have to become unconventional and be comfortable with being inconvenienced. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to choose mine. I'm going to choose my level of discomfort as opposed to letting somebody choose it for me. But like I said, the only solution is revolution. I'm out, but I'm be listening in. But thank you, Mark. This is a great topic as usual.
Thank you again for calling in. You're more than welcome to call back. All right. Ricky, what's your reaction to that? Mike, Cer Sr, Toya, anybody have any reaction to the call? Shout out to Courtney Omega. Thank you for pulling up, calling in. You're more than welcome to call back. Hey, my brother Troy up here. Troy, what up, my G? Shout out to brother Troy Graham. Good brother right here. Anybody have anything that they want to reply to? Go ahead.
I got something to say. All right, now, if you want to use the laws, like I said, I'm in the middle of where you two are. So if you want to use the laws, there's an example of a white supremacist group in a town called Leaf, North Dakota, where the laws were such where anybody could just go there and get elected to boot blah. Slowly but surely, this a cell of white supremacists moved out to this town in North Dakota, made sure one of their guys was the auditor, made sure one of the guys was the whatever, to where now this town is technically illegally, you know what I'm saying, white town. Like, you know, they can't kill your black ass, you know what I'm saying, just for being in that town. But if something happened to you, well, you know, you're just going to go to the guy's cousin who's supposed to investigate what happened to you. A lot of black people we don't use our money like that. We're afraid of, like she said, the Rosewoods and the Black Wall Street. We don't want to be that again. But no, what about really being on our stuff like the Duke of Defense, like the Republic of New Africa, like the Black Panthers, but truly on. Like I said, I don't think that we should make a dramatic everybody at once stop voting, stop whatever. But we should make a strategic pullback as our own systems, as our own, something that we as a collective come to a consensus about are our own, as this is ours. And we hold it sacred. Now, when we hold that, whatever that is, we move towards that in a slow, methodic way, the same way they pulled the wool over our eyes. You know what I'm saying? That's how they did it. It didn't happen overnight. But we got to be deliberate on what we're doing. And more importantly, like we always say on the show, we got to stay on code. These white folks have been sticking to the script for how long? Well, I can't get 5 of us to stay on code for a week to plot a robbery or do whatever, or play Madden or do whatever.
Okay, I gotta
Cats
cut you
always
off
do.
now. That man said plot a robbery. Now I know I'm gonna get. I could get flagged for that.
Evidence.
That man said. Did you
No,
say?
I ain't trying to get you flagged, man. But I'm just saying.
No, I don't give a fuck, man. Shit, fuck
No,
that.
but I'm
That
saying
shit was
whether we
funny.
talking on some, yeah, man, we gonna
That
get
was
this money,
funny.
man.
That was funny. He said plot a robbery or play some
There's
Madden. That's
for real. We cannot get cats to stay on
the
task.
polarity is amazing, though. How do we go from plot a robbery to play? Like that was a crazy week, yo. Your weeks be wild. I don't want to see that group chat, Mike. Good night.
You know, it's Ohio shit, man. Don't even worry about it. I'm just
Yo,
saying,
let me
it's
give
like,
myself a drop for that. That was hilarious, man.
Stop.
Yo, go ahead, man. Then we're gonna let Ricky get in. All right, go ahead,
Yeah,
Mike.
but seriously, like we've got to stay with it. We got to develop. First of all, we as a people have got to continue what we are doing right now, and we got to talk. We've got to talk and come to our consensus and find out what principles and what guidelines and what rules, what standards and what traditions are we truly trying to codify as all, and hold them sacred and stay on code. It don't take much. Slowly but surely, as we could just do that, you'll see a lot of people saying, you know what, fuck this shit. I know Mark Nash and them got some land down there and such, man. I would go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, hit him up, invest some money, see if I can't build me something on that land, buy it, you know what I'm saying, get something propping up there. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to hit up Ricky and them. We going to see how we get some land up north. Matter of fact, yeah, shoot, I got my cut, you know what I'm saying? And everybody start living independently on our own, not off the government. Not even, you know what I'm saying, even if you messed up and you ain't 100% balling, you feel what I'm saying? You're living in a situation, you know, I was a country boy, despite my city slicker ways.
Man, you getting up. Hey, look, I gotta pass it around. Mike,
you living where you farming. You living where you farming. Eating your own food. Go ahead,
you know,
go ahead, Rick. I'm done.
Right, Mike was about to say, well, when I was 5.
Shout out,
Good night.
Back in the day.
Hey, I love it though. I love it. Mike, I'm fucking with you.
I know, man. That's
but
love.
Ricky's face is like, man, Ricky's face is priceless. That's what's making me laugh because Ricky's face is saying a lot.
Man, shit, Mike be talking that, dropping them gems. Like you got to pick them up though. You know what I'm saying?
Ricky was like, "Come on, cuz. Come on, yo. Hey, wrap it up, B.
Wrap it up, B. No,
go ahead, Ricky.
But,
hey, look, man, look, if y'all don't know, man, this is a hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist, man. We get our jokes off over here, man. We ain't gonna be too serious all the time, man. We got to get a joke off. But go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, man. But to mirror what Omega Courtney is, man, power does not yield through peace. It never has and it never will. Right? My point is this, and I stress it all the time, it all starts with our families, bro. The plan from the beginning was to splinter the family to get the man away from the woman to short the numbers, but also to weaken the community. Right? We need to get for the first step every black person need to do is forgive ourselves, man. We need to forgive ourselves. Right?
Go ahead, expound on that.
What we need to do, man, is realize everybody here, everybody here was set up to fail from the day they popped out their mama.
All right.
Yeah.
Right? And from that moment on, when you can realize and comprehend, we've been bombarded with messages and programming that let you know that this is your spot and this is where you're supposed to be. Nah, bro. And we always guilty of thinking that somebody was better than us, that somebody was above us. We need to forgive ourselves.
That's very rare.
We need to forget. I told y'all I wasn't always this way. I was a knucklehead when I was little.
Okay. Cer Sr, Toya, y'all got anything y'all want to add to the conversation? I know it was a minute to get back to you, so I appreciate y'all being patient.
Yeah, I would say that most importantly, as
Toya
I said
was
in the
like,
chat,
not again. Go ahead, sir. We'll come back to you, Toya. Go ahead.
that if we rebuild the black family Then we can rebuild the black community. Then we can go from there. We'll have somewhere to come home to. It's like if you go out and you work hard every day and you get as much money as you can, but you don't have no home. What are you making that money for? What are you doing with it? You'll start wasting that money. You'll start wasting that time. You'll start driving around in circles in a Lamborghini because you don't want to go home. But you want to prove that, hey, I made some money, I did something, I'm shining. So then your focus becomes on shining instead of actually building something or getting something of worth. We got to rebuild ourselves, forgive ourselves, push ourselves. We got to rebuild our families, and then we can rebuild our community. We can't rebuild our community and our family is trash. Our home is trash. We trash. Because the only thing we're going to rebuild is trash.
Hey, Toya, I'm gonna let you get in. How do you feel about what we're hearing here? Because what I'm hearing is I'm hearing the same thing on both sides for the most part. The room is split. Some people are saying, hey, fuck this system. We need to do it ourselves. We can sit one out. And then the other side is saying, hey, well, what's the plan? I've heard that multiple times tonight. Well, what's the plan? What's the plan? And over here, I'm hearing revolution. Talk to me, Toya, about what are you hearing and what's going on?
I do hear that it's split also, but I feel like the system as it is does not do anything for us. So I would be more apt to secede from that and to come up with our own mode of action. And in that plan, having a contingency for each participant of that plan. I think that there has to be, like, I think towards the end of what Omega Courtney was saying, she was cooking for that last 2.5 minutes. And I was feeling that, more of that, less of let's play the game that's already been rigged.
Yeah, the sister was talking about, hey, be the change you want to see. Run for office. If you're just tuning in, she was saying, hey, she actually ran for office. She was an elected official, I believe a city councilwoman, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, of course. Yeah, she said basically saying, hey, be the change you want to see. Almost how some would say, hey, you think all cops are bad? Go out there and become a cop. Be a good cop then. You know what I'm saying? Or things of that nature. If you're just tuning in, man, we've been having a packed show, man. We had a lot going on tonight. Some of the things we were talking about, as you can see in the thumbnail, we were talking about dating single mothers. And hearing those words, you ain't my daddy. And we played this clip.
Oh, look at daddy.
He's not my dad.
Really, Ava?
He's not. My dad's in jail and I miss him.
All right. Want y'all to tell me if y'all just pulling in what y'all think of this, and I'm gonna get everybody's final thoughts on everything we discussed. Also, we were talking about, we got to hear it, guys, about we were talking about the new legislation to protect our Pacific Island brothers and sisters, versus the lack of legislation for the black man and the black woman here in America who's been going through hell for 400 years plus, right? Some would say, right? It's crazy. I'm telling you guys, man, this brings me back to something we talked about last week. And it's about keep seeing this shit on TV. Like I told people last week, I don't need no more slave movies, bro. Sorry, Amazon Prime, I won't be supporting that. You get what I'm saying? I'm tired of those, because the story of black people in America, or black people, period, does not begin with slavery. You get what I'm saying? But that's what they'll show you, and they always show you that over and over. And I'm like, I don't think they're trying to show you black history, because for every slave movie, we should have a movie about inventions that, or black creators, black greatness, black excellence. And I said, I think those movies aren't for us. It's to empower young white kids growing up, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But Troy Graham just pulled up. Talk to me, Troy. How you feel, bro?
I feel good. What's up, everyone? I I listen I listen to everyone speak, and I've heard these conversations before. And I think it was a young lady that called in and spoke about revelation. No, I'm sorry, about revolution, right?
My man said revelation. You trying to end
Yeah.
the whole thing, huh?
Yeah,
You just want it all to come down. I'm like, no, not yet. All right, but not seriously though. Go ahead.
Yeah, and is that Toya that's in the chat that's on the panel? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how you doing?
Good.
Okay. Let me make my opinion clear on this. Right, I agree with some of what the young lady was saying. Just don't agree with all of it, because at the end of the day, we do have power. I tell you how the power starts. We keep our hands in our damn pockets, right? That's the first thing we do. Then we do our research and we walk past the Walmarts. We walk past any and every company that's not black owned after we do our research and find those black supermarkets and find those black companies that are actually, invested in our communities and all that to help, and we go spend our money there. That's the power that black Americans have. That's the true power right there. Once you start doing that, over time, that's going to take notice, right? Then from there, you start to invest in those folks that want to start a business, because not everybody wants to start a business. It's just not, everybody's not built to start a business. You go from there, and then you keep going on from there. I can't tell you everything I want to do, because some of this stuff doesn't need to be said on social media, but that's how I look at it. I don't, as far as my contribution, since somebody mentioned that, I've done the marching and written speeches and all that and been out there. I'm not doing that anymore. I've gone down to the corners and no, Mark, this is serious.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. You
go ahead, bro.
I go down to the corners.
You kept it too. He was like, "Yo, I'm too old for that shit, man. I'm using my
it's not that I'm too old for it. Yo. I didn't see the end of it. I didn't see, and it's like you planting seeds, but you don't see anything come from it. So you know what I did? I follow my own heart, man. I did a prayer, and I sit quietly, follow my own heart, and I reach out to those who I know would actually listen to me. So I go down to the corners and I talk to these brothers, and they surround me a lot of times, because you know how it is, the gang mentality. So they surround me, and I tell them, I'm not here to buy nothing. I'm just trying to talk to you about something. And I get to talking to them, and I'll tell them about purchasing franchises. I'll invite them to the gym. The gym I go to, I'll train them for free and things of that nature, just to get I've actually given them books once they started showing me that they were open, like, Think and Grow Rich. But it's the one that was written by Dr. Kim. What's his name, y'all? Oh man. But anyway, what's for black people? That's what I'm trying to get at. I've given them books on how to grow wealth, tax laws, how to buy franchises, different things like that. Boom. And I'll sit and I'll talk to them, because I have children. I got a 32-year-old, a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, and a 16-year-old. So, but that's how I contribute like that. You know what I mean? I started a chess club around here with all the churches, right? I was trying to get a boxing back into the high school up here where I lived and all that. And all of that. So someone got murdered 1 block away from where I live, and I actually knew that family. So I decided to go to every single church. I don't give a damn, Christian, Muslim, whoever it was.
Right.
And I got them to link up and come out at least twice a month, just to talk to their community, because it don't make no sense that you only come out when somebody dies.
Right.
You understand me? It don't make no damn sense. So I get to walk at night, and I'm actually, people call me, Mr. G and all that. That's fine. That's my contribution to it, man.
And I'm gonna get to you when you finish.
Okay. No. Go ahead and take the call, man.
Go ahead, caller. You live on air with Mark Nash.
Okay. I just wanted to speak to the video of the clip. The mother was out of pocket on several levels. Number one, she was wrong for calling the man daddy. It's not her daddy. Okay. So the little girl, to me, she was not on the line saying, "It's not my daddy," because he's not. And sad to say, the daddy was in jail, which tells me what I need to know about the mother. First of all, that little girl's hair told me everything I need to know about her mother. She was out of pocket for the way her child was looking in public. And number two, she was out of pocket for calling the man daddy. Number three, she was out of pocket for posting the video online in the first place. That should have been buried quickly. She should have deleted that footage from her phone. Okay, because now everybody knows you're dating jailbirds. You're calling men. You're dragging men over your kids. And she got this. She checking you to tell you that's not my dad. That's not her daddy. So she should never call him that. Personally, so this is a bird that he's dating, and so you're gonna get bird activity that goes on when you're dating a bird. And so that's what happened in this case. She training her daughter to be a bird. She got the daughter out there looking like a bird, with her head like that. And so this is just a case of bird activity. So this was disappointing to see. But unfortunately, I understand it happens a good bit. As a single mom, I was always a single mom. I never brought men over my children because it's a bad look as a mother, as a woman, because your children see you and they form an opinion of you. And if you dragging man after man over your kids, then you don't look good to your kids. You look like a whore. I actually had one of my friends said it about her mother. She said, "My mom is such a whore." And I said, "Why did you say that?" What? She said, "Because she's dragging all these men over us." And I said, "But your dad left your mom." And I said, "So she's going to move on." She said, "But she didn't have to bring them over there, putting their laundry in our basket with their feet up on our table." And the kids, and I knew at that point, that's when I learned that the kids resent you when they see you doing that. As a mother, mothers, are put on this pedestal by their kids. And you're supposed to stay on the pedestal.
Right. You're supposed to be able to say, be quiet.
Silence.
Have the man over them, and think that that's cute and you're going to look good. And so I never brought any man over my kids until I was engaged. And that was the introduction. I had to ring on when they met him. And so, that was a surprise to them because they had me to themselves for so long and they were a little bitter about it. But what to call him is a conversation that they have to each other. So I have no expectation they're going to call him dad, but I feel like they should discuss that together and feel like, especially if he has an issue with being called by his first name. I feel like they should be calling him by his first name because that is what his mother named him. But if they don't want to do that, if he has an issue with it, then he should discuss that. I've known one situation where my kids end up just calling him his name. And so, but I have known another situation where it was decided that they would call him Pop, and another situation where they call him father, because the conversation was, this is my role in the house. I'm the father. That's my role in the house. And so they were okay with calling him father, but their daddy, they called him daddy. And in another situation, they called him pops.
Hey, look, I don't want to be rude, but Ms. Bliss, how many times were you engaged? Because it's a bunch of situations.
No, these are two other people. Oh. I was only engaged with one.
Okay, I was about to say it.
My kid talks about his name, but these are two other women I know in that situation. One, they went with father, and the other one went with pops. But for me, no, they called him by his name. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay, no, you ain't got to apologize to me.
I got a collection of rings. Yeah, I don't have no ring collection this year. But,
look, man, this chick be ruthless sometimes. They'll be on the playback. So how many times was she engaged?
I definitely
she let him call him Dennis, father, and pop.
I was kind of going there.
Okay. No, but yeah, I think that's an individual conversation they have to have. And the mother was out of pocket.
But you don't think? Hold up, so I gotta have a conversation with your child about that. Like, you don't think you should sit down with me and ask me? Like, let's say I might not want him to call me Mark, right? I might want him to call me Mr. Mark or Mr. Jones or something. Like, are you okay with that when we out as a family and out of nowhere he says Mr. Jones? You get what I'm saying? Like, I think a lot of times, in my opinion, the mother is the one who pushes that because she wants society to look at them a certain way, especially if he looks like he can be like y'all kid. Oh yeah, we're gonna run it this way. You get what I'm saying? Because it's less questions being asked or less side eyes being given.
Yeah, but I mean, if it becomes apparent that he's going to stay, he's going to stick around, he's going to be there, then I think you would venture into that territory. So like in my case where I was already engaged when they met him, then yeah, I think that's a conversation they can have early on. but he never expressed that he had a problem with them calling him Dave. And you know, I said, you know, what do you want them to call you? And he said, my name is Dave. So they were okay with Dave. So you know, and they said they were okay with that. So, you know, I think that once it becomes apparent he's going to stay, then you should have that conversation about what he's going to be called.
Miss Bliss,
because you have decided to be a family at that point.
Miss Bliss, how do you feel about this question on the screen? Patricia said, hey, I understand, you know, you don't want them to meet them too quickly, but waiting till you get engaged might be waiting too late. Just bring it up on. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm just saying in that case, Patricia, they did have an issue with that because my daughter even said it to me. She was 15 and my son was 9.
How long
and
have
she
you been
even
dating?
She said it went from him just not being here at all to him now he's here all the time. So she resented it that he was from them at the last minute. But a part of that was that they had me to themselves all that time, you know. And we were very active as a family doing things together. And, you know, now him being included, I think there was a little resentment there as well. But so I can see the downside of that, but at the same time, it's she had legit reasons to be resentful. It's not like he was doing anything. He wasn't a bad guy. He was a nice guy and everything, but she did have some resentment that suddenly he was always there. So so I can see maybe he could have been introduced a little bit earlier, but you never know. So
how long did you keep your man's secret from your family?
It was about 8 months, about 7 or 8 months.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like the case that, because I never went out on dating or whatever until they were in bed. Because they were like 15 and 9, so they didn't need a sitter. But they were in bed by the time I would go out. And he never came over. I would either visit him or would go out. I would go with
nasty stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Huh?
You said I was just sneaking out when they go to sleep. Look, 15 and 9-year-olds don't go to bed too early, man. They was up pretty late and go and
they heard that car pull out the driveway.
Come on, man. They was
well, my son never really knew I was leaving. My daughter did. He was 9. His bedtime's 9 o'clock. But I was just say I'm going out. You know, I'll be like,
Mama, I ain't judging. Look, I ain't
Yeah.
saying you should left them by themselves, but hey.
But I understand.
I understand.
Babysitters are usually teenagers.
I'm messing with you. I think we burnt my mama house down around that age. Yeah, man. My mama came back home to a house fire, man.
I had good kids.
Yeah, man. My mom was working her second job. She came back home. Our shit looked like that episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Remember when Will was in there trying to flambe? Yeah, that's how that whole shit was like that, yo.
No, my kids were good, but I think it's a conversation. I think most things are conversations that need to be had.
All right.
So that was my little take on that. All right.
Hey, look, last thing for you before you go. Well, how you feel about the anti blank hate bill being signed by President Biden versus still nothing for your ass, nigga?
I'm sorry, you said what now?
Yo, the anti-Asian hate bill versus you still ain't got reparations. You don't get nothing, black man, black woman.
Yeah.
The back of the bus.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit, but because I don't see, you know. But then I'm not Asian. I don't see what it's being hated on so much. Y'all got to take one time, and y'all got a whole bill up here now. We've been getting decimated for decades, and we ain't got no bill and need no reparations. So I was a little bit salty about them getting a bill, but if they need a bill, then let them get a bill in. But
Mitch McConnell's wife is Asian, right?
Huh?
That's why I think that bill got through a little easier too. You got a vice president who says she's one of the first Asian. She's claiming the Asian side too.
Yeah.
Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Republicans, Senate side, his wife is Asian. You know, she worked in the last administration, so. Yeah, man. I heard somebody talking about like, hey, I don't know if y'all remember the sister. It's a documentary about it on Netflix about the girl who got shot in the head by the Korean lady at the grocery store. She thought the young lady was stealing, but she wasn't. She got shot in the back of the head. Unfortunately, she passed away. Lady goes to trial, convicted. The judge give her like probation or some shit.
Oh wow. Oh wow, that's terrible. But so to me, that's like more proof that I don't see why that they're needing a bill, because I don't see that they're being so persecuted. To me, they get enough favoritism now as it is, and they can come in here and start a small business and get a loan and get set up faster than anybody black can. So I don't see that they're being so persecuted in this country that they needed a bill. But like you said, they have other connections going on with them as well, and their ambassador does a lot of political moving behind the scenes for them. From those countries. And Kamala, I saw those people cheering over there when Kamala got elected, when Biden won. I said, what they cheering for? There's a bunch of Asians in the room jumping up and down because Biden and Kamala won. What are they cheering for? And I remember those are her people. But they still over there cheering for her because they know that they gotta weigh in with her for getting things that they want done. But she's more Asian than black to me. But that's my personal opinion, though. But I don't even consider her a black woman. But that's my personal opinion.
Oh my! You the first one I ever heard say that, man. First black woman I heard say I don't consider that. But hey, I ain't mad. Let me let Cer Sr. get in. He said he wanted to get in. And all right, thanks, sister. Thanks for calling. Shout out to Passionate Bliss for calling in again. Like I said, man, you guys are more than welcome to call in. The number is on the screen: 678-381-1938. Excuse me, 678-381-1938. The young lady I was talking about earlier, who lost her life in that incident, her name was Latasha Harlins. Rest in peace, Latasha Harlins, and she was shot and killed on March 16th, 1991. And that was some bullshit right there. But go ahead, Cer Sr. Your mic's muted, sir. I will come back to Cer Sr. Ricky, you had anything you want to add? I see you've been quiet for a second.
Nope.
My man. He was like, nah, I'm good. Cer Sr., you got anything? I saw you in the private chat. You said you was trying to get some bars off. But your mic is muted. Y'all can hear me, right? Okay. Cer Sr. went to the kitchen. Well, let's do our final thoughts, man, and we can wrap this one up, man. I was trying to get Cer Sr. back on. That guy Eclipse, you want to get your bars off real quick?
I would like to say thank you, Mark Nash, for having me on the show. Thanks to everybody on the panel in the chat. And as far as the Asian reparation thing, it is what it is. It really is. It is what it is. We got to come up with our own thing. And we got to figure out what that thing is. If not, we going to be a tribe of many chiefs where everybody's going, if we want stuff to happen quickly, we as a people got to really figure out something that we need to gather around nationally. And not no death, and like Ricky said, not no slogan or icon or nothing like that. Something real, a principle, a tradition, something. And take it from there. Other than that, man, peace and blessings to everybody. Love y'all, man. Great content, great show. See you next time. Hit that like button.
Go ahead, Cer Sr. Yeah, sir, we was trying to get you in a while ago. Give me your final thoughts on everything we talked about tonight, man. From the dating single moms to you ain't my dad, from the voting, the everything. Go on, give me a summation.
Well, I will like to say, most importantly, that salute to Mark Nash for having another fire panel and having some of the best people on YouTube on it.
Man, I appreciate that. Let me give you the big screen. Let them see. Let them see. There you go. Appreciate it.
But I will start off with the dating a single mom thing. That's a tough cookie. I've dated some single moms, and it's a tough cookie. It's definitely a tough cookie. And then the biggest thing about that is the mom has to be respectful of the dad. She has to demand respect for the dad. It can't be a question. The kid shouldn't have no option. It's respect this man who is coming in to be the stepdad. He's stepdad before he's fiance. He's stepdad before he's husband. He's stepdad. So for a man to step up, if he has children of his own or if he doesn't, and become stepdad, there's no way, no reason, no how that you can not respect him and not give him the honor that he's due. If that's a question, then he need to go. It's just that simple. He need to go on his own, or she need to be respectful and loving enough to him to say, well, it's not going to work because my kids can't respect you and I'm not respecting you enough to demand your respect. And he need to respect himself enough to do that. Plus, as people like to say, he has to be something worth respecting. So you give him that respect and he has to make sure that he keep it. It's his job to keep that respect. If he's not willing to keep it, then you need to take it right back from him. And if he's willing to step up, then okay, give it back to him. If not, he need to go. And that's what it needs to be. Also, a single mother cannot demand more than what she's worth. She can't demand more than what she's worth. Her worth is lowered some because he got to take care of somebody else's child. Any animal in the wild kingdom, people love lions so much. A lion comes in, if those cubs don't immediately fight on his side, they are kicked out of the pride or they're eaten. Just that simple. So they need to come subject. They need to be kicked out or eaten. Respectfully.
I disagree.
So going back to what we need to do as Black people is first start there, building the Black family, build the Black family back up. Then we can build our community. Then we can build the nation. And we got to demand what we need. We got to demand that from ourselves first. Then we demand it from them. But we waited so long, that got to happen at the same time. You got to demand with not just your vote, but your action and your money. Your vote means nothing with no action or money behind it. So very simply, if you're not willing to put in the work, man, I don't even want to talk. Salute to Mark Nash. Salute to Ricky Williams. Ricky! Salute to Troy and the sisters that came on earlier. Salute to them and your boy Eclipse.
For sure. Go ahead, Troy. Troy disagree with some of that. Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah. Okay. The only thing I disagree with when he said that the single mom's value is lowered. Did I hear that right? Is he still there?
Yes, I said a single mom's value is lower than she was before she wasn't a mom.
I don't.
Yeah, let me put my camera on. Yeah, I said that. It is.
Yeah, can you explain that? Because I don't get that whatsoever.
Okay, because she has a child by some other man who she could not make it work with. If it's his fault, if it's her fault, if it's both of their fault. So that is more requirements. The more you require, the more responsibilities. With great power come great responsibility, right?
You quoting Spider-Man, man. Okay, but go
I know.
ahead.
God, I'm making children understand this, but adults seem not to. That was my point of quoting Spider-Man.
Yeah, this ain't being no kid show. Hopefully.
Okay, well, let me step in here and just give a quick summary. So you know, I come from a single mother. I have two fathers. I have my biological father. I have the father who's still married to my mother since I was 2 years old. And as I tell people, my biological father taught me, I have nothing against him. I love him. He taught me, he showed me how not to be a father. As far as being a man, that's two separate things, right? Now, the man who raised me, she showed me how to be a man and a father, right? I don't see where my mother's value was lowered because she was a single mother. And hold on. I raised a child since she was 3 years old. She's 32 years old now. I don't look at her as step nothing. That's my daughter. Me and her mom are divorced and all that. I never looked at her as her value being lowered because she had a child or anything. I'm a product of a single mother. So I don't really get the whole her value is lowered thing because she has a child. I really don't get that at all.
Sir, you want to reply?
Yes,
Go
common
ahead.
sense says her value is lowered. She can't ask the same amount.
Who's common sense?
with
Yours?
less. No, common sense says that you cannot
No,
ask if you have a
your
used
common
car.
sense says that.
If
Your
you
common
if
sense. You can't put that on
can you
everybody.
listen? Can you listen? When you talked, I even muted my mic to make sure that you're the only one
Go
speaking.
ahead, sir. Go ahead.
All right. So if you have a used car, can you ask the same amount for that used car that has dings in it as you could when it was brand new?
I'm gonna say this to you, all right, in all due respect. I'm not gonna look at my mother like no damn used car. So we can move on from this conversation. No.
Go ahead, sir. Like, do you got anything?
The simple
last
fact
thing
he
you
didn't
wanna-
answer the question.
What? No, he said he's not going to compare a human being to a car, and his mother is that human being. So he said he's not going to do that, and I can respect that too. I don't want to compare a person to a vehicle. It's not the same. Like, I don't go buy a person like you would go buy a car. I don't think those things are comparable. I think it's a poor analogy, comparing a human.
It's a poor analogy. Okay, so women.
You go buy a car, you don't go buy a woman. You
don't.
Let me ask you a question, right?
No, you don't
I'm sorry.
own the car. You don't own. You own the car. You don't go own a woman, Cer Sr. No, you don't. Are you joking? Or are you kidding me right now? Are you serious?
So a man does not provide money to obtain a woman.
That you don't own her. You don't own her. You don't go buy. Bro, those are look, you trying to equate it to something it's not. I don't care how you want to reword it. You know what I'm talking about. That is a purchase that's on your credit report. That is a vehicle, has a VIN number. This is a human being that has a mother and a father. You know what I'm saying? Or you want her to be your wife one day. I wouldn't compare my wife to a damn 2007 Toyota Camry. Kelly Blue Book value. You get
You're
what I'm
exactly
saying?
right. You're exactly right, Marks. But let's ask you a question.
Keep it a thou wow.
No, I'm almost keep it 100 with you, right? With your wife, right? Mark Nash. Mark Nash, I need to talk to you.
Go ahead, man. Let's get these bars up.
So your wife, did your wife have children by another man?
No.
Right. So, right, in your home, you're responsible for your wife and your child, right?
Right.
So your legacy is with that woman, correct?
You talking about the baby?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Right. So your family, to me, right, is genuine. It's zero-sum game, right? You know what you're taking care of, right? What Cer is saying is this: a woman should not be asking for the world when she have not expected the world from the man she chose to share her womb with.
Do the same rules apply to single fathers? Do the same rules apply to single fathers? You telling me?
Yes, I was a single father.
Actually,
No.
I
got that, but I'm asking you: do the same rules apply to single fathers? Is he less than? Is he less? That's a okay.
Yes, it does. Yes, it blatantly does.
Absolutely. How old are you, brother? Just out of curiosity, how old are you?
Okay, you want to play the I'm
no. I'm not playing that. I'm asking you, man to man. How old are you? I'm sorry.
I'm 36. I'll be 37 in September.
Are you a single father? Do you come from a single mother?
I come from a single mother, like I put in the chat, and everybody.
I come from a single mother.
Hey,
no, hold on.
So spicy though, like
it's too personal.
Yeah,
man.
He was.
I'm sorry.
Personal, so we people.
You honestly got it.
I come from a single mother.
You talking about me?
Your point?
Okay, my point is I come from a single mother and I've been a single father. I don't see how children make you less than. I really don't see that, man. You talking about common sense. I don't see how having a child makes you less than anyone.
Again, bro.
Hold on.
You can't sell me on that at all.
That brothers, let me chime in.
Hold on. Let's get Ricky, then we go to Eclipse. Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead, Ricky.
The problem is, Mark, and why this cut so deep, because most of us either single mothers, you know what I'm saying, came from single mothers or been in that situation, people can't step away from it. You know what I'm saying? But the truth of the matter is, and again, this is Kevin Samuels talk. It's all depending how you look at it, but it really comes down to accountability for your fucking situations. Plain and simple, short and sweet, right? So what Cer is saying, right? And I totally agree with this wholeheartedly. Listen, take it down, take a picture. It's on video. I don't care. If I could do it over,
I got Cer here, so I'm gonna let Cer say what Cer is saying.
No doubt.
No
I'm just referring to what he said, right?
Okay.
If you doing it right, I don't think anybody ever, when they was growing up and thought they was gonna have family and kids, thought, oh, I'm gonna be a baby mother, or I'm gonna be a baby father. Nobody wants that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that. The family unit is you staying with the person you was with and raising that child. Now, for whatever reason it didn't happen, that's whoever's fault. You know what I'm saying? But to simply say that you know what I'm saying, that a woman is still the same value to a man if she has a child already, she's not. I got to add a responsibility of a child I got to feed already. You know what I'm saying? That's not mine. Plus, if I had kids, the same way a woman, when she judges you, how many kids you get, right? That's going to play into the situation, right? So that lowers my value to her because I'm going to be putting my resources towards another source, right? But just because that doesn't make it a bad person, but this is what's going on within the situation. And if you in that situation, you need to know what you're dealing with. Point blank, period.
All right, go ahead, Eclipse.
Well, you know, like being a single father.
Hey, speak up a little bit, man. You sound like you're laying down or something. You're too relaxed right now. Whatever you're doing, you way
I
too
said, yeah,
relaxed.
being a single father is like, yeah, if a female wants to get involved with me, she has to understand that no matter how much I love her and I care for her, if I'm truly a man that's worthy of her, she needs to understand that I got other priorities that come before her, i.e. my kids. You feel what I'm saying? And the same should go for a man who's dealing with a female, to where not necessarily, I wouldn't say her value. Maybe that's the little touch word that took Troy off the edge. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't say value, but with someone's dateability, likability, like when someone's looking for their ideal mate. You feel what I'm saying? That's something that you do got to take into account. And sure, somebody would say, oh, well, I don't mind, but you catch them relationships where it was like, nah, that's a little too much. Nah, she wants to just lay around and hang out and do young people stuff, but I got kids. I got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? And so maybe I think that's what Cer meant, but I can see all sides of this. And it all depends on the context and the honesty and communication between people. Like, you can't just spring that on nobody. Nothing against homegirl who called in, but that was rough doing that to her kids. Like, she's engaged. They got no choice. They kind of got backed into a corner. And I do acknowledge that that she acknowledged it in hindsight. You know, I noticed she strategically didn't say she did anything wrong, but she did acknowledge that she should have probably approached it differently. And so salute to her for doing that. And that's all.
Yeah. Okay, well, you know,
Troy, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, he was right. It was the word value, because at the end of the day, I've never once looked at my mother any less because she had me, and my mother and my father weren't married. I never looked at this child here that I raised as being anything but mine once I've been there a certain amount of time. They're not property to me, like he was trying to make out a used damn car and all that. These are people. They're not property. So I don't, things like that, of course, will set somebody off who has some compassion in them. But I can't get with anything that the other two brothers said about how it lessens the person for having a child. I just can't get with that because, you know, because I come from all sides of it. I had a single mother. She's 18 years older than me. I raised a child that's not my own, you know, and all that. I was a single father. You know, I mean, I just can't.
I raised children that wasn't mine either. That's
I
not
can't
what
get
I'm
with it,
bro.
What are you saying?
You don't have to agree, but for a man to sit up there and say they don't weigh that situation in their head like it doesn't play a part of what goes on, that's not the truth. I told you exactly what I said.
I didn't say I didn't weigh it in my head. All I'm hearing is that you are lesser because you have a child.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say you said it, but the other brother said it, right?
Oh, okay. I thought you was talking about me, bro.
I thought you said it. I thought you said it does lessen your value, son, Ricky.
She can't ask
talk about your resources.
What it does. That's what I'm saying. But like I just said, it does. I got to split my resources, which means I got to put more energy in 2 different places. But if you choose to go in that situation, that's your choice. I chose into it. I'm not going to complain about it. But that's the truth of the matter. And I look at it like this. If we being totally honest about it, if a young man has the choice, if he's smart, he will stay with his baby mother and they would learn to grow and mature and build a life together.
I agree with that.
If he was smart. If a young lady was smart, that man that first put a baby with her, she would work out whatever they go through those growing pains. If she was smart.
If they were smart, and I agree that sometimes you just cannot stay with them, because I couldn't stay with my ex-wife. We had to get divorced. And I tell people all the time, we got a total of 4 kids.
Right.
I don't have 3 kids.
Personal accountability. It all comes down to personal accountability.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You lost me for a second.
So we in agreement.
Not at all.
He said not at all. He said not at all.
So my thing is this: if children don't lessen the value, a man looks at a woman for multiple reasons, and one of those reasons is sex. One of those reasons is her ability to bond with him. Another one of those reasons is her ability to be in his group. They're part of his group. That's why she takes his name. She joins his team. Now, if you join it, you got people from somebody else's team who's not willing up front to show you that they're part of your team. That divides. That's how you get conquered. Divide and conquer. So there's no way you want to tell me. And then we all grown. Let's be real. You telling me that this is a whole person done beatbox and kickbox their way out of a vagina, and now it's stretched. Yes, it stretches back, but it don't stretch back perfect. And you telling me a whole person done came out of this, and that don't take some value away from it? Man, if you don't get out of here fronting.
Man,
okay, you talking about sex now.
Sir,
okay,
I'm
go ahead, brother.
Wow with you, man. And this goes back to the old middle school days, being an 80s baby. When you be in middle school and that chick might be pregnant, she a teenage mother. Hey, shit, you know she fucking. I mean, come on, man. You acting like that lower their value, man. You just got to be real about what you going into. You feel what I'm saying?
It lowers their value. If you trying to just smash, then you treating her like a hoe. You don't care what a hoe knows, where she come from.
No, even if.
But if you're trying to marry her and you're trying to be with her for life, then that's something different.
Sir, you're not.
You're talking about somebody you value, a car that you're buying to keep.
Either or.
In that same analogy, not a rental car.
Lower their value, and man, you gotta understand. Like if you gonna be that foul dude who's just wilding out, you gotta understand. Shorty got kids, and you gotta move accordingly. Or if not, that's going to reflect on you. Personal accountability. Yeah, you going to be that foul dude. You can play it off. I was young. I was whatever. But nah, you was that foul dude doing all that stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Accountability. That don't lower. Kids actually make people better.
No, it don't.
Kids make people better.
Just because you have kids don't make you a parent.
It doesn't.
Just because you have kids don't make you a father or a mother. Stop it. Y'all playing this.
That says a lot about your childhood, but go ahead.
You saying and so what are you saying? You trying to throw little shots like a female, talk straight like a man.
You know what,
you
man?
want to get in your feelings because I said something about single mothers. I'm raised by a single mother.
Hey, look.
Hold on. Let me apologize to him.
It didn't change what I said. My mom did a whole bunch of stuff that was right, and she did some stuff that was wrong. And I have to stand flat-footed and say, my mom was wrong when she was wrong, and she was right when she was right. I have to stand flat-footed and say I was wrong when I was wrong in my parenting or otherwise, and I'm right when I'm right. The same thing about anybody else. I'm not going to stay here and act like my mom was perfect. No. Did she do the best she could from what she knew? Yes. Was there multiple times where she came back and apologized to me or other people because she found out better? Yes. That's what I respect about my mom. Not that she knew everything right, but when she found out better, she changed to what was better. And she had the big draws enough to come back as a woman and say, hey, I was wrong. I made a mistake. But it won't malicious. It won't on purpose. But I did make a mistake. I was wrong. And that's what I loved about my mom. So you can miss me with the because she a single mother. My mom knew that very simply she couldn't get or demand the certain things that she wanted, even with all of her intellect. Because what? She chose to have 2 kids by a man she knew she shouldn't have been with in the first place.
Yeah, you pretty much described my mama.
And that was her husband.
Go ahead,
We
Troy.
related. Sir, we related.
All right. Well, let me step in and say you were right about one thing. I am taking this personal because of how I feel about my mother and my grandma. Just a lot of things going on, but I shouldn't have said that. So I'm man enough to apologize. You know, I don't know if you're gonna accept it, but I'm man enough to apologize. I just flat out don't agree with you. And the more you talk, the more it irritates my fucking soul. I'm sorry. I just flat out don't agree with you. I just don't, and I never will. Now, that being said, it don't mean I don't respect you. It just means that I'm a passionate, stubborn dude. I get that from my mom. Now, my mother and I, because she's 18 years older than me, we clashed heads a lot, man, coming up. So I had to be raised by my grandmother most of the time that I came back. And then my mom took over when I got to be a little older. But we just too much alike, you know? We too much alike. It doesn't, but the whole word I keep hearing, value in children and you lesser than because you have, I can never grasp that because love is love to me. When you start dating a single woman, right? I mean, a single mother, let me say that. Of course, you're thinking about sex when you first go in there. That's just a man thing. When you're there and it starts getting serious, then you have to say, okay, I got to look at things a little different because there's a child involved. And that's just how I grew into dealing with the situation. I didn't go in there thinking that she's putting anything on me because she didn't demand a damn thing of me. We had conversations. And that was how that worked. Nobody demanded anything of me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you dated someone that said that you have to do X, Y, Z, but nobody demanded a damn thing of me. And if they did, I would have left. I don't take to demands too much.
Okay. Anybody got anything else? Final thoughts? Anybody want to get anything in?
Yeah, man. Yeah, we gotta. When we were speaking, we gotta, people personalize things, and I feel I respect both of y'all for, admitting, and that was real touchy, and telling, both of y'all sharing about your mothers and everything. But we gotta stop internalizing our stuff, and it goes back. And you do this damn near every show, brother, man. Hey, it goes back to something Ricky said. We gotta forgive ourselves. Y'all don't hear me. We gotta forgive ourselves. Like, it was deep when he said that, because man, I came to a point in my late 20s where that's what I had to do. And I ain't lying to you. I was in my mid 30s by the time I was finished doing it. Y'all have a blessed night.
I hear you, man.
You got the floor, Rick.
Hey, man. Shout out to Mark Nash as usual. Make sure y'all, if you ain't subscribed, you should be subscribed. If you ain't subscribed, what's wrong with you? You got mental issues? You ain't got no friends? You better subscribe to Mark Nash right now. Make sure y'all share with a friend that'll share with a friend. Always good content, bro. Thanks so much for everybody coming on the panel. Troy Graham, the sisters represented tonight. Thank y'all so much for y'all input. Cer Sr, Mike, you know what's good, homie. And my man, Mark Nash, the artist working man on YouTube. Make sure y'all smash that like button. It's nothing.
Hey man, you want to give them your call sign before we slide out? Tell them how they can follow you.
Oh,
For
thank
those
you,
people
man.
just
I
pulling up.
appreciate it. Hey, follow me on YouTube. Just look for Ricky Williams Boxing. That's the easy way for it to come up. You'll see that logo. That's how you know it's me. You can also hit me on Instagram at ARE_DUBBZ. And if you're on Facebook, look me up under my government name. That's the government's name, Ricky Williams. And y'all have a great night. Thanks so much.
Allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is.
It's your boy Ricky. I'm out of here.
My man, thank you, bro. Troy, how can people reach you if they want to get up with you, bro?
You talking to me, right, Mark?
Yes, sir, Troy.
Okay. Yeah, Major Keys Boxing, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Monday night. And let me just say this, thank you for having me on. And, all due respect to everybody, man. I just got a little passionate because of that word value and lesser than. I'm a human being, man, but certain things set me the hell off. So that's what happened. So if I got to apologize again, I'll apologize again. I'm not changing my damn mind, but all right.
It's all good, brother. We love you, man. I feel where you coming from, man.
They changed their mind. She said you had 29 likes and went to 24. It was like they changed their mind.
Bugging out, bro. Like sometimes your likes don't register till like a week later. That shit crazy, man.
That's true. That's true. Because I jumped back and looked on the show we did Monday together, and they flew up. Did you see that?
Yeah, man. I've been sharing it around. Man.
Shout out to the ladies once again. Oh man, hey yo Nash, you dude, you filled it up, man. You get some estrogen in the mix, man. We need that. We need the other side of life.
Yeah, man. I wish they was up here when we was talking earlier, man. That was like right here at the end. The energy kind of shifted. I wish we had a lady call in, or had a lady on one of those single moms talking earlier. Because this would be my last take on it. I know normally I give the guest the last word, but this is it. To say that the woman's value, look, Troy, you hit it right on the head when you said that's my mama you talking about, and you talking about me. I brought my mama down. You know what I'm saying? Some would say Ricky found a soulmate. You get what I'm saying? Say what you want to, but value is what? One man's trash is one man's treasure, another man's treasure, right? So it is what it is. It's all about what do you value? Because I'm sure you can look that single mom. You know what she's gonna know how to do. That's gonna add value. She's gonna know how to take care of that baby when y'all have another one. You get what I'm saying? If y'all do have another one, you know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's straight up value. I hate that analogy comparing women to the car, man. That's just me. It just takes me somewhere else. You know, it kind of reminds me of slavery and chopping block and price, and you own it. And no, man, these are people. Even with those kids, you don't own those kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But that's all I got, man. Y'all got anything else, man, in rebuttal before I go? Speak now, forever hold your peace.
I just come from a different place, man. I come from a biblical place. I come from a place with facts and statistics and actually looking at the heart of a thing. And when we get in our feelings, if I was in my feelings and I thought about it just from my side, just from my personal feelings, then I'm going to say different stuff. But if I want to speak just pure facts overall, it's going to come out different. I don't think that, I should make less money than my boss. I'm smarter than him. But guess what? He did things that I didn't do. So I got to suffer that until I make more money and make better moves. So I can sit here and get in my feelings, but I went through this and I went through that. But at the end of the day, he did what he did. I did what I did. So I got to be responsible for my actions and what comes from it. If it's good, bad, or a little bit of both. All actions have consequences.
Still don't see how that makes compare a woman to a car though.
It was simple part of value and use. A used up car, a used up woman, a used up man, a used up car. I was using the same analogy, both sexes. Everybody just jumped out of the window when I said a woman. It's the same thing both ways. If the man is used up or beat down or trash, then he's trash and it lowers his value. Anything you do wrong lowers you. Anything you do right holds your value or upgrades it. It goes both ways.
Well,
I said it both ways.
But the brand new car loses value as soon as you drive it off the lot with no dings, no dents. But having a child doesn't mean like you did wrong. Like as soon as you said do wrong.
Okay, so
But having
not
a child
keeping a
doesn't-
relationship together is not wrong,
her husband could have died.
and that's considered the same as a woman who chose not to be with the dad.
No.
Hey,
I'm just
sir.
that's a different thing you just said. You said not keeping a relationship together. She's a widow. She's a single mom because
So did
she's
she
a widow.
keep that's my point. She didn't break up the relationship. He died. So you're trying to muddy the waters. It's not the same.
No, I'm trying to tell you it's not the same. Like that's what I'm saying. You
said
don't
breaking up
automatically
a
lose-
relationship. If they die, unless you killed them,
But
that's
sir,
not
but,
your
but,
fault.
But so now she's out here a single mom because of that, and you think she has lower value. You don't know anything about it. You just know she's single. She's a single mom with a child.
Unless she have her kids with her, when I see her, how am I going to know she got kids?
Okay.
Hey, I think a
I'm
better
gonna sit down and talk to her, right?
I think a better word if we talking about this is a child is a liability. I think that's a better word. It's a liability.
I agree. Let's go with liability because value's getting real sketchy for us. It's becoming a slip.
Man, liability and like so nobody's balanced a checkbook in this chat.
I don't write checks.
Nobody's done any accounting. Nobody budgets.
Hey,
I know budgeted. I know what you're about to say.
I know what you're saying, sir. I just, like I said, I just think they it's too personal for everybody. That's the problem. It's too personal.
I don't think it's too. I don't think it's as personal as you guys are making it.
Okay, so
I just think the language is
for the fellas, right? For the fellas, right? Is a girl that's a virgin, and it's a girl that's been with a man before. Which one would you rather have? All other things being equal.
I want the one that's been with a man before.
That nigga choice. I need some experience. I don't want nobody in there saying ouch all night. I need somebody to know what to do with this thing.
Right. So let me preface this, right? So that's Troy Graham's personal choice and accountability. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Right? Mark.
Man, that's my business. I need you. We ain't gonna take a tally and a poll. I'm trying to get Major Key in the show.
Answer the question.
No. You answer your question, man. Let me let Major Key get in.
I would go with a virgin. If I knew it was a girl that was a virgin, because I know that woman, I can mold that woman to what I want to be. She's not already got a substat or standard of what a man should be or could be, right? I would be that.
I see it now. You're about control, right?
No, it's not about control. It's gonna always be about something to you, Troy, because again, your mind is your mindset for a certain thing, and that's cool. But like I said, it's just about what you want.
No, but a man's supposed to have no control over his relationship.
I never said that.
Out of his life.
You know what? I never said anything like that.
Let me let Major Key get in real quick.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you.
Hold on, man. I want to get Major Key in. He just beamed in. Y'all know I was trying to wrap up, but got to get him in. What's up, Major Key? Get in on this real quick.
What's going on, man? All right. So, what specifically? What part would you like me to get on? Because there's like
man,
so many...
get in where you can fit in, man. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got the floor.
Everywhere, bro. You know what I'm saying? Any of these motherfuckers that are talking shit like they dominate they fucking women, I would get in. You know what I'm saying? I will get in with that. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be like, oh shit, you know, I need to listen, I need to work later. I'm hanging out with Major Key tonight. Be like, yo, who the fuck is Major Key? Oh no, he's just my friend. Trust me, he's no threat. This is Major Key. And they'd be like, oh shit, okay, all right, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, yo, I think you got me pregnant. What you mean I got you pregnant? Oh, you know, Major Key said that you might have got me pregnant because I'm 3 months pregnant. And oh shit, where's Major Key at? Oh shit, he moved to California. He's not on the East Coast no more. Oh shit, where he at? Yo, listen, man, y'all be acting real funny over here on the internet, man. Like, with the females, let's be honest, man. I was just joking about obviously whatever everything I said right now, but
clean up, everybody, do your share. My man is trying to clean up, but go ahead.
It is what it is, though, man. Like everybody be acting all funny and shit, Everybody be acting all hard and shit, like this and this and that. Let me tell you something, man. When a female wants to deal with you and they want to dead to the relationship, everybody that's acting hard right now, y'all gonna be soft as hell. So trust me, just be humble while you there. You know what I'm saying? Treat your female wisely and treat them well. You know what I mean? Don't act like you all hard because everybody's been through it. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you think that it can never happen to you, and it happens to you. You know what I mean? So that's all I gotta say, man.
Go ahead, Mike. I know you was trying to get some bars off real quick. Go ahead.
I mean, where to go? Like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, you sound drunk as fuck. He's like, yeah.
Wow. It's a hump day, man. We on the same page. It's a hump day, man. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, Major Key sound like he been drinking. I was like, what the fuck is
real, man?
I mean, he landed the plane though, man. So give Major Key congratulations.
He said a whole bunch of shit like, "Where's Major Key?" Maybe he's in Kevin.
Somebody call that man an Uber and get him away from the bar.
Yo, he came back and he was like, "No disrespect to the lady."
He moves to the Cali.
Hey, I bumped into my fucking shield coming out to the patio, bro. Like I bumped it. I thought it was like a free space, and it was literally just like my glass and shit. And I bumped right into that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking around. I'm lying. But it's all out here, man. Shit, I'm drunk as fuck though. Don't get me wrong. I got the crown in me right now.
I was like, yo. He was like, so where's Major Key? Maybe he's over here. Who knows? Maybe
I just popped up, but you know what? I was drinking some Crown though. But I did just pop up right now. Shit, I got mad love for the channel. I had to come through and smash the like button and see everybody here, man. So shit, man. Yeah, y'all can make fun of me as long as y'all want, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna take a shot with you, Major Key. I'm here now, man. Golly. Hey, Cer Sr, you've been kind of spicy tonight, my G. I ain't even gonna hold you.
No doubt.
Like, yo. I ain't gonna lie, you probably gained some new fans tonight. Some people ain't even know you had that spite in you. Like, but
man, I'll be trying to keep it on the quiet tip, man. I try to be laid back and and just show only my humble side.
Yeah, but some people ain't gonna. Some people, you gonna lose some people with that because you held on to that too. When I was like, "Well, you don't own the car," you was like, "You don't own the woman." Like check the playback. Look how your eyes bugged out. You like,
yeah, like, you don't know the woman, man. I disagree with you on that.
No, you don't.
You don't. Yeah, you don't own the human being. You don't even own your children, man.
You don't own your kids. Those aren't your kids.
You don't own them.
Kids, that's flesh of your flesh and blood of your blood, but they're their own people. It's your job to guide them and nurture them until they're adults and live their path, and your legacy is the path that they lead.
Hey, look, Department of Child Services will come in there real quick and tell you they ain't your kids if you do the wrong thing.
Right, because they ain't your kids. They the government's kids, but y'all don't hear me, though.
Y'all don't hear me, though. Hey, look, this shot for you,
Ricky.
Say one with you. Oh, man. They said, I didn't know, sir. Hey, sir, they were saying how beautiful your smile was. They was like, who's this orthodontist or it's dentist?
Right, you had them on you.
Hey, look, yo, sir, out of nowhere, you start talking about, don't a single mama lose her value? What about when you get that Ford Tempo? Like you compared it to like a Chevy Nova Ford Tempo. Like then you was like, yo, you called it a bucket. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You said trash, and you trash.
You was like trash. You don't own her. Trash. Yo, out of nowhere, they was like, you know what? We like Mark Nash and his little gap even better. Fuck Cer Sr.
Hey, yo, man, Cer Sr. turned into that's not Cer Sr. He turned into Mister. Tonight he's Mister. He
She about to shave Mister.
Yo, bro, Cer Sr. had them on them first, yo. They was loving Cer Sr. Hey, look. My man said he tired. He's like, but let me cut it on. Let him see what I look like. Let him see what I look like. Troy said, He's like, I'll take the ones that Cer Sr. just lost. He said, this is me, ladies.
I take them all from, you know.
Nah, you can have them because they want mine to have.
They call
and one's engaged and one's almost engaged. So.
All right, but yo, man, Major Key, this was a great show, man. Yo, we had a good time tonight. Oh man, yeah, that value thing get them. And they said you was using Kevin Samuel's talking points in the chat.
That's the V word. That's the V word. Watch out.
They said they was triggered. It felt triggered by that
because it's personal. Because
that was me.
It requires people to look inward and see what you bringing to something. And I understand what Sir's saying. I think that they doesn't like the way he was saying it, but Sir, I got you, bro, on this one. I know what you're talking about.
But I feel you, man. I feel it goes both ways.
Y'all don't join forces over here.
When the twin powers activate.
I understand. I could explain it differently, but we getting out of here, so it's whatever. You know.
Yeah,
Power Rangers assemble.
Right, shit like that. Trying to join forces against me. Y'all know how I feel about it. Shoot.
Power Rangers assemble.
Yeah. Y'all don't join forces. Nah, it's all joke. It's all jokes, man.
Sir, Sir about to tell somebody to fix that mailbox.
Sir, I'm truly disappointed in you, though, man. I thought you was a ladies' man. Do you plan on getting married?
Yeah, I might be married by the end of the year.
Get married to the Pink Ranger.
Bullshit, man.
Yo, man. So are you engaged now?
No, I ain't threw a ring at her, but
because I'm gonna go at your neck, bro.
Are you engaged now?
I said I ain't threw a ring at her, but pretty much.
Do y'all live together or something?
My internet freak.
They at your head.
Yo, that's funny as fuck when you can't even answer the question on live stream, bro.
But what it comes down to,
hey, brother.
Love you.
I got nothing but love for y'all, man. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the one over here connecting dots, man. If you can't even tell somebody confidently that you about to marry somebody, bro, do you want me to show up at your wedding and say, listen, I disagree with this shit? Just pay me. Yo, I got a cash app. Yo, Mark Nash, throw up my cash app real quick, bro.
Put it in the chat.
Cash app, yo, $. Everybody shoot me some cash apps, and so we could go ahead and show up to his party. You know what I'm saying? And say, no, we disagree with this. And you don't have to give no excuses, bro. We're gonna have a limo waiting outside for you, and we're gonna take you to a great destination. You know what I'm saying? Why you say? Mark Nash, fuck with me now. All right, guys.
Y'all don't get it. It's okay, though. I understand.
Okay, let me get something in real quick. Passionate Bliss, she knows all my talking points. Her mom knows all my talking points. Her family loves me. I'm like, yo,
you talking about her mama's on?
No, said that Passionate Bliss said that. Oh, I wonder if she knows his car analogies. She loves all of my analogies. She loves me all the way around because she knows both sides of me. Y'all just hear one side.
You guys read between the lines, guys. Call 911. She's right next to him. You know what I'm saying? He's obviously under pressure. He's trying to say all the right words. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand what he's going through. Yo, we praying for you, brother.
That's funny.
Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, anybody got anything else?
Hey, do your outro, man.
Yeah, no, this nigga been trying to end this show for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Hey, look, man, like I said, y'all the best part of the show, man. Without y'all, I'm just a dude sitting in the room talking to myself. So I appreciate everybody pulled up on the chat. Appreciate everybody in the panel. Edith is coming June the 11th. It's gonna be in a phone near you, so make sure you look for that. Every Day I Try Harder by your boy Mark Nash. Dope project put together. dedicated to my mom, and she's still living. So I'm doing it while she's here versus, people always wait till people pass. So she's on the project, and she's definitely talking all the way through it, and she getting her jokes off too. Y'all will see where I get some of my comedic edge from. But yeah. It's your boy Martin Nash. Remember, dreams require sleep, goals require effort. It's been another great episode of Breaking the Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and pretty much anything else I can squeeze into those letters. Man, this show was a lot longer than I wanted, but I'm glad we got everybody get their bars off, man. Hip-hop political comedy show, hip-hop political sports show with a comedy twist, man. We having fun over here. It was all live, all off the top. I'll see y'all on Friday, 10 o'clock. It's your boy Martin Nash, Breaking Beats. Peace. Oh, and you can get that hoodie at martinnash.com. Best believe it.
This that squad sound.